What's up, y'all? It's Antoine Winfield Jr., safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up, y'all? This is Jahai Wolf from the New York Giants.
What's good, y'all? This is Sterling Shepard.
This is Justin Tuck. This boy, Black Bears, Super Bowl 42 world champion.
Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up? This is Saquon Barkley. Discourse the second.
Yo, this is Mike Evans with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
And we about to go live on Flag on the Play.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Flag on the Play, episode 106, man. Back with the guys, bro. How we feeling, bro?
We good, man.
You see the name, man.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. You know, I know this is the NFL. We're ready to talk about the NFL, but I'm feeling a little better. You know, Bama back. You know, I'm back. You know, so it's good.
Y'all look better than that team right there.
I mean, I'm feeling all right. Niggas just trying to sabotage my pops yesterday, though. That shit was ridiculous, but I ain't seen
Shout out.
I ain't seen no shit like that in a minute, but we got the dub though. Shout out Rashad White, game winning touchdown.
Should have been Bucky.
It should have, but I mean,
hey, Bucky. Oh my God, that juke
that run he had.
Oh my Lord, I was like, what that shit say? Hey, when he had hit that, he said, "Fire!" So it's like, "Fire!" Oh my God!
Like, I ain't gonna lie, that game was crazy. I will say though, because I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been to multiple games and shit. I'm not gonna lie. They stadium not on nothing though. Like, they stadium post, that shit weak.
Are you talking about Houston or Tampa?
I'm talking about Houston, bro. That shit was weak, bro. That shit was.
I mean, you know, extension team.
It ain't get like real. That shit didn't get real like loud till Nick Chubb scored. I'm not gonna lie, like that. That shit ain't like that.
Shout out Nick.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Seeing you score that touchdown really did put a tear in my eye, man. I'm not even gonna.
Well, you matter of fact, you might as well just start off with the two Monday Night Football games. Damn, where JJ? Yeah, let me start with you. Niggas cheesing and shit. How you feeling, JJ, before I get to this question? How you feeling, bro?
I mean, I'm feeling great, bro. You know, everyone keep calling me a duck, but when I show up now, all of a sudden it's a problem, man. So, you know, I'm here. And Young, for what you said about Dabo ain't hiding. You seen what he said, bro. So you seen what he said. He said, y'all want me fired, but, you know, hey, I got 8 out of 10 winning seasons here. So what more do you want? You know what I'm saying?
10 out of 10, JJ. That's what I want. I want 10 out of 10.
Problem with him.
I want 10 out of 10.
Y'all sad.
But we start with you though, JJ. We start with the late 9-1 because we can talk about the Bucks one after. JJ, Chargers, Raiders. You know, QJFC stock keep going up. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert cooking. Geno Smith. The Raiders run game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
shout out.
Realistically, you know how we do it, but you know it's still like it's 2 weeks, but just how it's been going and all that. Can we see Justin Herbert winning the MVP this year?
I'm not gonna lie. I was just talking about that earlier today. I don't think it's crazy. I legit don't think that is a crazy take. I mean, I know how Bama feels about Herbert, and you know how a couple others feel about Herbert.
Right now,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't see how you can say that he doesn't have a chance at winning it. I'm not gonna lie. To be honest, him coming out in these first 2 games, he's looking even better than he has that his rookie year when he went for 5K. You know what I'm saying?
2021.
And to double down on that, there's people, once again, y'all were not even y'all, but you know, people in general, I mean, as a consensus, people thought receivers like QJ weren't on anything. Receivers like Ladd were, you know, he was good, but we didn't know how good he was going to be. You got Keenan Allen back, bro. You know, he don't even have a halfway decent run game behind him right now. Now, fair enough, he played the Raiders. He played the Chiefs. So give him a little bit more. But even with that Raiders run D, I mean, he's just slicing and dicing, dealing to the Chiefs. Bro, I'm just saying, bro. Come on. I don't see a reason right now in these first 2 games to say why he can't be in that MVP conversation. And right now he is number 1, but it's only week 2. So, you know, if you go ask Mookie, last year, week 2, Derek Carr was the top of the MVP race. So everything can change in a heartbeat.
That's still my favorite clip.
Bama, can Herbert win MVP? Can Bama win MVP? I said Bama can Herbert. Can Herbert win MVP?
Bama win MVP.
Yeah, I mean, crazy. Can he win MVP? How you feel about these charges?
Anything's possible.
I like what I've seen so far. Ladd really look like that deal. Quentin Johnson. Hey man, that's why I tell people, man, like you just gotta give sometimes. I mean, I get it, receivers is different than quarterbacks, but I always tell people you just gotta give people time to get acclimated. Everybody's not always, a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, all of these one-off players, you feel me? Some guys need a couple years to get acclimated, maybe even 3. Looking at Herbert Johnson. Feel like he can fix a few of his issues from last year because if we be honest, last year and 2 years ago, he just would have dropped those passes. I don't know what it was about him. He was just dropping duck shit, but he's not dropping that duck shit now. He actually catches passes in major situations.
I mean, Bama, even last year though, like think about it. Last year he even looked a lot better than he did his rookie year. His rookie year looked like he wasn't supposed to be in the league. That's all I'm saying.
It just some people just got to get. That speed is different. Trent, you know it. You have seen it up close. You know what I mean? Like that speed is so different from college to the pro. Like it's ridiculous. So some guys just got to get acclimated with it, especially playing receiver, going from having that white line on the ball to it not being there. I'm pretty sure that's another issue too that they got to overcome. But with Justin Herbo for real, for me though, the biggest test would be Broncos. From what it looked like right now, the Colts, Vikings, Steelers. I want to see what he do against those teams right there because they got good, decent secondaries. Not really moving me beating up on the Chiefs and the Raiders because we just know how their secondary is outside of my boy. No disrespect to Trent McDuffie, but I mean, my nigga, like that's your only DB.
It's trending.
Yeah. So if he dominates those teams well, give him the MVP because at this point, you got Lamar fatigue going on. How many years can you just keep giving him the MVP? It'd be good parity. See somebody like Harbaugh up in there. I'm not really tripping. If he get it, if he continue to play well, how you doing right now? So,
Donnie.
I have a fun stat for everybody. So this is pretty fun. So what if I told you currently the Chargers are number 1 in the NFL in EPA per pass? They're number 1 in the NFL, ahead of the Bills, ahead of the Ravens, ahead of the Lions, the Colts.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What if I told you the Chargers are dead last in the NFL in EPA per rush?
I wouldn't be surprised.
So as of right now, the Chargers have the number 1 passing attack according to EPA and the worst rushing attack, and Herbert is still putting up, according to EPA-wise, the 6th best offense in football. And not to mention,
he also lead high leverage offenses.
Slater.
That's what happens when you lead high leverage offenses through passing, bro. I'm telling you.
Yep.
That's
yeah, I think Herbert's played really well. I agree with JJ. I think he is off to a better start. Granted, it's only 2 weeks. Can't really say too much, but for the first 2 weeks, I think he has been better than the 2021 season. And I thought that 2021 season was great. I think he can definitely win the MVP with how much the Chiefs have been struggling. It doesn't really seem like they're going to be at their full strength until they get Rasheed and Worthy back, which who knows how long that's going to be. You should get Rasheed back in a few weeks, but Worthy, we don't even know what's up with that. And the defense is great as well for the Chargers. They are actually, according to PFF coverage grade, they're in the top 3, which to me, if you would have told me that before the season started, I would have been blown away because they lost essentially all their corners in free agency. They lost Asante Samuel. Cam Hart doesn't really play for them anymore. Like it's brand new dudes outside of Derwin, and they've done a great job. So shout out the Chargers, man. They, I know we say it's only the Chiefs and the Raiders, and neither team have looked great this year. These are divisional matchups, and no matter what, divisional matchups are always going to be tough. And I think Herbert's looked great so far. So if he can do the same thing versus Denver and continue to do it, MVP is definitely in conversation.
Young.
Y'all hit it on the head, man. Sometimes you just need a good woman in your life to change your life around. That's what it seemed like to me. But we knew this Herbert had the ability. Maybe it's just year 2. Maybe it's just comfortability in the system. Who knows? But this is – when people said, last week we got into the debate like top 4, but that's the ability. Like this is the Herbert we want to see. We got to work on his sliding. It still looks kind of clunky. But, I mean, the ability is there. Like this is top-level quarterback play. And MVP, I mean, yeah, it's definitely within reach. Mostly because, like, the only guy I think he had to fend off might be a Lamar because Lamar naturally, I'm not going to say stat pads, but like he naturally is going to get his numbers. If he's either going to get his rushing numbers in the game or he's going to get, like last week, he's going to get his passing numbers. Like the numbers are going to look good. And if they win, he's always going to have a chance. But right now, the storyline, the best team, one of the best teams in the league is the Chargers. And you can attribute that to Justin Herbert and that next level he's playing. So,
Matt?
Yeah, no, he's definitely capable of winning MVP. I mean, the truth is, if I would have done it my way, he would have been worthy of it every year. But this is the year that, he's putting it all together. The skill set with the production, the other guys around him are doing their job. And remember, he's also doing this without Rashawn Slater, one of the best tackles in the league. Like, that's the part that's even more impressive that none of us have really touched on yet. That is so much pass protection that you're just not going to get all year. And they had to – not just that, but they're also switching Joe Alt to the complete other side of the line, right? Like, now he needs to adjust to that as well. And Justin Herbert has been navigating through that damn near flawlessly. And, yeah, everybody in this offense is eating, or at least the pass catchers are. So, he definitely won the MVP.
Word number one, Kobe, what's good? You know what I'm saying? And then, what's good? And then, do you think this could be the season? Because, Chargers starting off well, Justin Herbert's playing well. This could be the season that Herbert can win MVP. I know how you feel about Herbert, but can this be the year?
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, if he keeps playing the way that he's playing right now, I don't see why he can't be in the conversation. I don't see him actually winning it. And that's not due to my y'all know how I feel about Justin Herbert, but statistically he's playing well. The eye test looks really good on the field. Somebody mentioned Lamar, and I think like it's just really hard it's going to be really hard to give the MVP to Justin Herbert over a couple of other guys, Lamar included. I just really think it's going to be difficult. It's not that he can't be in the conversation. He will be in the conversation. He should be in the conversation if he keeps playing this way. But I just think it's going to be hard to give him an MVP over some of these other guys.
I got a question. How y'all feel about Jim Harbaugh if he do something with Herbert? You see how Herbert looking? They go to, I guess, second round. Because I'm just saying his track record gonna be crazy. You saw what he did with the 49ers. Went to Michigan, won the title with them. Now he comes back and restores the Chargers because we saw what they've been looking like.
Hey, Bama, don't forget, you saw what he did with Stanford, and you see what Stanford.
Oh yeah, my fault. Stanford. Oh yeah, Stanford and look, Spider 2Y banana. Hey, I'm just saying.
What you saying? Like you saying might be start having like conversations. So you may say it might be start having conversations for him like being an all-time coach, like where
all-time coach, yeah, like up there.
I mean, okay, so
I already said
all he's done is turn around programs. That's all he's done.
My comparison to Jim Harbaugh, the NBA equivalent, Larry Brown. Like, I mean, he would really become the Larry Brown if he wins of the NFL. Like, Larry Brown brought the Sixers to the finals in 2001 with AI, right? And then he wins the NBA championship on the 2004 Pistons. And even before that, he was winning 50 games with the Spurs in his first season, the Clippers in his first season, the Pacers in his first, just keeps turning programs around, teams around. That's what Jim Harbaugh does.
I got a real question, though. Because obviously I feel how I feel about Justin Herbert, but y'all really love Justin Herbert, and I understand it. It's whatever.
Not me.
I wouldn't say love, but a strong like.
All right. Well, the general consensus is a love for Justin Herbert, not just with y'all, but I'm asking this question because I understand what everybody is saying about Harbaugh, but my question becomes, if Herbert is the guy that everybody claims he is, how much credit does Harbaugh get for this? Could somebody else not have come in and done this? The success that Harbaugh has had?
I think he deserves a lot, especially with how good this defense is right now.
That's fair.
This is like, dude, like I said, if you would have told me this secondary would be playing, and granted, Chiefs, Raiders, I understand. I viewed this as a bad secondary in the offseason. I thought it was bad. I thought that was going to hold
But
them
who
back.
have they played? But who have they played that has been that you view as
They haven't been
good
tested yet.
They haven't been, but once again, I thought it was going to be bad. I thought this was going to be a losing record team because I was worried about that defense and I was worried about the receivers. And the receivers, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm all in on these receivers, one of the best receiver corps in the league. I think they mesh really well together. Ladd can be the vertical threat. Quinn Johnson's been, he's been more of a positive than a negative over the last few years, over the last few games, which that's just what you want to see. He doesn't need to be a superstar. He just needs to have more positives than he has in the past. And I think he already has. So I think they all mesh together. I think the offensive line's played a lot better, even without Slater, than I was expecting. I think Trey Pipkins has been okay. And Joe Alt has been arguably the best pass protector in the NFL this season as a second-year player, which is kind of insane. I just think the offense has proved me wrong. I do agree with you. The defense does need to show me more because the competition wasn't great. They are playing Denver next week, which Bo Nix has not been great so far this season. So we'll see what happens. But I feel you, Kobe.
Yeah, I think it's like the perfect storm of like credit because we've seen Jim Harbaugh win with Alex Smith. We saw him win with Cap. Yeah. So he's shown he can build a team up from a bad team to a contending team, fringe Super Bowl team without a superstar.
That's why I was asking about
JJ McCarthy a first round pick.
But then even the same on the other hand, we've seen Herbert, not necessarily the playoff success or the wins, but the skill set and the performance. We've seen this version of Herbert. Now, this is the first time I felt like, okay, I might get this Herbert all season, whereas the up and downs or he just disappears and goes robotic on us. So I think it's
why do you feel like that this season? Again, they haven't played anybody.
And that part's
fair is because they don't have a run game. This is one of the very
which is actually scary because I feel like they have decent running backs to have.
Yeah, and the scheme even last year was a top run game in the league, and Greg Roman has always.
And they got Greg Roman, so they should be able to run.
And then you add Amarion Hampton into that, and Najee.
And feel how you feel about Najee Harris, but he's not. He's a service.
He produces. He can produce. Yeah. So it's almost like what I feel like with Herbert is I see a more like a loose player in the sense of not robot that I've seen in the past. I don't see that anymore. I see more reactionary kind of football instead of just more, okay, I'm supposed to do this. I see this. I do this when I see this. So I think that's the difference. Now, again, it's been 2 games. And the Raiders, I wouldn't call it the greatest defense. The Chiefs aren't playing the best right now. But it's those things that I like out of Herbert. Now, when they start, Denver's going to be a good team to go up against next week to really see. But I just looked at their schedule because the MVP it's narrative. Last year, Josh Allen, whether he should have won it or not, he wanted that Lions game because the Lions were the team of that was a team everybody's talking about. They're smoking everybody, putting up 50 like they just did. And he went in there and went berserk in Detroit. That was what people kind of sealed to get the MVP for him. Herbert is going to have a chance to goes to Kansas City in week 15. He plays Philly Monday Night Football the week before that. Then he goes to Dallas. No matter how we feel about Dallas, that's going to be a primetime game if all Dak and them are healthy because Dak's playing well right now. That could be where he seals the MVP, that stretch. Now, if he plays like trash, we've seen it. You play like trash in your MVP stretch, you can lose the MVP when you have a guy like Lamar, a guy like Josh Allen. Because, again, I hate it that I said a unintentional stat pad, but they can produce numbers just by being great. That's just what they do every week. So it's going to be if he can win those games at the end, because he has to start right now. I think he's probably the leader, him or
it's probably
they love.
Well,
it's Herbert, Allen, Lamar, Love. I think those are the big 4 right now.
Yeah, and then that's where he probably has it early, and then when you get to the end of the year, that's
Baker's up there too. Baker's up there too.
I'm not talking about Baker.
Who are you talking about?
Indiana Jones. That's another conversation.
Oh, Daniel Jones.
We can get to that obviously later because
he's up there too. He's playing well.
But he keep playing like this. That would be hilarious.
By the way, here's something. When we'll get to it.
Me too.
But Kobe, I'm going to start off with you. Talk about the other Monday night game, Bucks Texans. You know what I'm saying? Bucks game winning drive. My pops didn't play like shit. Shit pissed me off that I was at the game. That shit was terrible. CJ Stroud, O-line looking dog shit. Fucking
Yeah, they're missing ones.
Kobe, do you think the Texans are cooked though, starting off 0-2 as of right now?
It's hard to say they're cooked because I want to believe in CJ Stroud so much, and once again, this isn't all CJ Stroud's fault. It's hard. I don't want to say they're cooked, but it's hard not to because you gotta help him. You gotta help him out. And right now he has no time back there. It's just not. It just doesn't look great. It doesn't look great at all. The defense. I mean, that's an insane defense you got over there, and the defense looks great.
Not that last
that
drive,
offense though. Not that last drive, but I mean, this is the way I feel about that. Like, yes, that last drive happened, but if you play and as a defense you only give up until the last drive, 13 points, your offense just got to win the game. So while you're right that offense, the defense didn't look good on that last drive. Before then, they had only given up 13 points. You should be able to score more than 20. If you're Houston and you're CJ Stroud and you got Nico and you got Schultz and all those guys over there, you got Nick Chubb. Yeah, like Higgins, you got all of those guys. You have to be able to score more than 20 points to win a game. You shouldn't lose the game 20-19, but then you have that offensive line that just isn't helping out. So I have to believe. It's hard to say that they're cooked, but I don't see another way around it. If you can't score more than 19 points in a game and you have that defense over there, you might be cooked.
Or Matt.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe kind of nailed it. Like, I just don't see how you could have a defense that good, and that's all that you're able to do with it. Defense played good, but eventually, it's a two-way road. Like, the offense also got to be right there, and they're just not. This offensive line is god awful, worst in the league in my opinion. Like, that at least I've seen so far. And it's not just that. Like, we're going to give CJ Stroud a little bit of grace naturally just because this offensive line is horrible. And I think he did good in the first half, but even in the second half, like, there are throws that CJ was missing, even with that line that he should have been making. There's that one throw, the cross route. I think it might have been Nico. He just sails it over his head. And it's like Nico ran that in 2 seconds, which is, yeah. CJ don't have a lot of time to throw. He's got enough time to make that throw. Like, we know what he's capable of. We know that CJ Stroud can make these throws, and he's just not doing it. And yeah, no, this Texans team, I'm not that high on.
Yo, J-Rob.
What's up, King?
Yo, you back at the old crib?
Yeah, just for the week, and then I'll be back.
Look like you back. It's like it's 2022 again. I ain't seen that shit.
Just for a little bit, boys. We on break. The season's finally coming to an end, so I got a little time. But yeah, I'm just here for the week, and then new apartment back in New York State. So just living in America.
Word. He said that's a G unit take. Y'all funny. But nah, your king, your Ohio State king. He lost to Baker Mayfield yesterday.
Yes.
And it was a really good game. Do you think that the Texans are cooked after this 0-2 start with the problem the Texans got?
Nah, I can't say they're cooked because they're in the AFC South. So the reality is to sit here and say they're cooked is ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest. Look, I don't think what Maddie said about CJ Stroud was necessarily wrong, but I also think that's just a product of a bad O-line. I think that O-line needs more MAGA and less Hellcats. That's why it ends. Because right now that offensive line is just absolutely diabolical. And the truth is, the reality is, it's just a lot of the stuff on that offensive line. Like, they don't handle stunts well. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Bowles was calling up,
they was calling some crazy.
He was calling some stunts, and they really didn't handle those stunts really well. And I think, Young, this. Like, the reality is, most quarterbacks over time, when your pockets are never clean, it kind of makes you a little bit sloppier too. You know?
Yeah.
And I think the difference between year 1 CJ Stroud and year 3 CJ Stroud is just the offensive line doesn't handle things well, and I think that makes his feet like some of those throws that Maddie said were inerrant, which I do agree with. A lot of them were just he wasn't really stepping into them, like they weren't normal. Yeah, like he's just throwing all arm out there in some situations. But the truth is, it's the AFC South, and the biggest thing is if the Texans got a better offensive line, I actually think this team would be one of the top teams in the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
Because the reality is their biggest problem defensively is these boys is undisciplined. Has nothing to do with talent, has nothing to do with skill. It is the penalties. And this was what this team was last year. I don't know what it is about these Alabama coaches and drafting their Alabama guys, and they have more discipline when they're with Saban, but then they get in the NFL and it all goes out the window because I guess they finally got some freedom for once in their football career. So they don't know what to do with it. You gave them freedom and then you gave them money. So they lose their discipline to be in the league. But I think that defense is like that. I really do. I just don't think they're a disciplined group yet. I think they give up a lot of stupid penalties because, to be honest, despite the offensive line being trash and
what is J-Rob yapping about?
They could still win. They still could have won that game. I really feel that way.
You said what, Bama?
What's J-Rob yapping about, man? You yapping, bro.
He heard Alabama. He just thought you yapping.
Nah, my bad. No disrespect to Bama. Nah,
he heard Alabama.
He heard a non-SEC team.
No disrespect. I know y'all got a big schedule coming up. Florida State. I know y'all still trying to figure that out. Y'all might lose to Vanderbilt this year. So I know it's wonky over there. You
can bet that game.
So I don't want. Listen, bro. I don't want no smoke with you, Bama. Listen, I'll see you on the show tomorrow. I'm around. Like, I'm not working, bro. I just want to be friends. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, this is y'all trying to play that pretty football with Kalen DeBoer. Just doesn't seem like Alabama football.
Don't fit. I'm telling you.
You're trying to play Ohio State football. It's not.
Bama told me. Bama told me all offseason. Bama told me all offseason about these corners and these transfers and all these guys that they got. I kept hearing it. His stories was talking crazy about Ohio State, and I'm just sitting there listening. I'm like,
I mean, the season's still young. The season's still young.
We gonna see, bro.
We gonna see because look, we get a bye week this week. Then we in Athens.
That's the gauntlet.
I'm just saying the way you were
talking about it. But look, this is what we're here for.
You've been looking over this season for how long, Donnie?
This is what we're here for. You feel me?
I know everybody else was seeing Bama stories.
I picked my phone up. I called Kalen DeBoer. You feel me? I let them know what time it was. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing.
But see,
I wouldn't even be surprised.
Hey, bro, in Athens.
I'm gonna let y'all know, bro. I'm gonna let y'all know that ain't no water boy y'all see. That's the nigga that got a gun to his back this whole season.
Diego Pavia come back
11-1. Watch what I tell you, bro. That
I don't care about the UGA game, Bama. I care about that Vandy game. That Vanderbilt game with Diego
Pavia finna walk in your trap, take over your trap,
bro.
That is
crazy. That would be so funny. But
I'll be on suicide watching that happen again.
It sounds crazy. I don't see why it can't happen though.
Bro, you saw what they just did.
It can't happen.
I see what they just did. And everybody want to tell me about Lenore Sellers. Lenore Sellers don't have nothing to do with how good that offense looked against South Carolina. I don't know. So
nah, but look though.
I feel that.
It's always good. It's always good to clown Bama because it just make him get mad. It's so good. So good. But young man, you think the Texans cook? You think they fry?
No. Like J-Rob said, that I'm not sold on that division. As great as Daniel Jones is playing, even for my agendas.
Yeah.
That division's always up in the air. And I mean, you hit it on the head. Like CJ Stroud is a timing rhythm thrower. Like he needs to hit his back step into his throws. And you saw year one what he can do when he does it. He's a marksman. When you give him probably the worst O-line in the last 5-10 years, it's hard to do that when you're not like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, where you don't need the perfect O-line from you. He's a rhythm thrower. He's a timing thrower. He needs not everything, but he needs time to get his feet right and make throws. So that's where they're failing him. Like that defense is elite, bro. Derek Stingley, I said it the other day. he's just as good as PS2. I know he doesn't have the hardware.
Yes, he is. I agree.
He doesn't have the hardware of Depoy, and he doesn't have.
He is too, Bama.
The 4. I think PS2's been doing this. He's been doing this since year 2, and it's year 5, 6. Like he doesn't have the longevity just because he's been hurt, change schemes. But what he's putting on tape is stupid. Like he is taking guys out of games.
Like they bailed him
He's
out with
finally
one call, bro.
traveling
Like
this
that
season.
that illegal hands to the face call that he got in.
Yeah.
That was a terrible call. He just put Mike Evans.
Balls on him.
Yeah, that was a horrible call.
Yeah, and like he is playing.
They just had to trade John Mechie so he ain't lose his confidence.
I feel like that. Like so that team, bro. Like I'm not worried about it. Like I think.
Nah, I'm worried. I'm still worried, bro. They need to make a trade, bro. They need to make a trade for.
They need O-line. I don't even know what they do.
It's
like,
not. I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. I already gave you the source.
They did have
O-line.
He wasn't playing bad.
That O-line is too much.
Now I ain't gonna lie.
It's
Even
too much wide ends on the O-line. It needs more MAGA on the O-line, bro. It really do. It needs more MAGA on that O-line. And, I'm not a MAGA guy. Y'all know where I'm standing. You feel me? But in terms of football, I need more people that grew up on the farm. You feel me? Pushing hay, when they go to the GM, they need to ask like these O-line, do you know how to milk a cow? I need the O-line to know how to milk a cow. Do you fish? Do you like ATVs? That's the type of offensive lineman I want. How many beers can you drink over a weekend?
You eat your steak.
I want to know.
Well done.
I don't want like I need more. I need Malik and Jermaine off the O-line. I need Will and
you need Will and Graham.
Graham. You feel me? I need Graham on the O-line right now because right now the O-line in Houston just take the Hellcat keys, put the 4 F-150s back in the O-line room, please.
Nah, but
for real.
Donnie, you think they cook?
That was hilarious. No, they're not cooked, man. Like everyone's saying, they're in the AFC South. That division sucks. Titans are awful. Even though I think Cam Wood showed nice flashes, they're awful. I'm a little worried about the Jaguars, like I was talking about before we started recording. Yeah, we'll get to them before we start recording. I'm a little bit more worried about them than I was.
Might look like a tag team. What are you about to talk about?
And then the Colts. I mean, the Colts are great, but I'm still kind of. I'm not too sure about
Danny
that.
do it for 17 games.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think here. Hold on, I have the schedule right here. Don't they play the Jaguars next week? They do. So beat the Jaguars, and then I think you're actually in a good spot. Yeah. You lose to them, then we can start this conversation back up.
Bama,
I wouldn't say they cook fully yet.
Yeah,
because y'all trying to doubt Daniel Jones, but shit, bro, he is playing good football, and Trent low-key was right. He did have.
Do you believe he can do this for 17 games?
But Trent was right though. Like a while ago, bro. Like he did have the worst situation for as a quarterback in football, bro. Like my nigga,
he didn't.
Darius Slayton. His best receiver was who was other buddy?
Wandale Robinson.
No, it wasn't right. It was worse. Rondale came late.
Wasn't it Sterling? Wasn't it Sterling Shepard?
Was it Sterling Shepard?
Yeah, he tore it.
Daniel Jones' best. Isaiah Hodgins.
Because Sterling that year tore the ACL.
Isaiah Hodgins has the same amount of jobs as me right now.
And then so I mean, at first, bro,
I was on the Niners practice squad.
And then also this gonna help Shane Steichen too. Like because right before this, if they would have left so-called Cam Newton up in there, y'all would have been calling for that man job who can't even make the proper check and look the right way. But y'all would have been calling for Shane Steichen job. So low key, this was like a blessing in disguise for Shane Steichen too, bro. Because that's all they really needed, bro, was just somebody that's just not old, one, and two, can make simple first grade reads, bro. Like you have Michael Pittman, Caleb Downs. I mean, not Caleb Downs, but
well, you love
Josh Downs. Yeah, my fault.
Hey, don't forget.
Bro, we gave y'all best two players, Caleb Downs and Julian Sayans. So y'all lost sons for real. Y'all lost sons for real now.
Make sure you go watch that Josh Downs interview.
Yeah, go watch that, bro. For real. Hey, Rob, but doing big things.
I watched that Josh
Rob,
Downs
man.
interview. We was here first before the.
I
blowout.
just when you and Trent make it to the top, bro, just let me say I know y'all, bro. That's it. That's all I'm
Stop playing, bro. Stop playing.
That's
Totally
it.
hot.
Playing, bro. I hate when you do that. I hate when you do that.
Yo,
But look,
J-Rob, hold on. J-Rob, he's saying
Totally
this.
at the top. He's
Yo, J-Rob, he's saying this like 25 of my 30 VIP rooms. He not right there with me.
and then he also talking like he not getting that splash sports money right now. Like, what's up?
He ain't getting nothing. Well, you know, bro, this is fucking. We work for Vic.
Yo,
mute him.
Anyway, yo, JJ.
Hollywood.
How you feel about the
Hollywood
Texans, bro? You think what's the name? You think they cook, they fried?
I mean, look, we can call the division trash and all, and I think we can evaluate and know that the division's trash. But I do think that we're giving them a little bit of too much of a pass, considering the fact that the O-line is bad. So if anything, that should lead more to the reason why. Lean to me at least more into the reason why you should be a little bit more worried about a team like that. They're not. You know, I even looked at what Nico Collins was doing the other night. Just gonna be honest with you, bro. This man Stroud, he put the ball in a position where only Nico can get it. I did say yesterday that it could have been a tiny bit better place, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not much better placement than what he gave him on that first touchdown. Nico should have scored the touchdown in the first place, and they would have won the game. That didn't happen. I think like at the end of the day, it boils down to what y'all said, and it's really a big O-line issue. J-Rob said he wants Richie Incognitos on that offensive line. I don't think it really matters. I mean, quite frankly,
he want Donovans. He want them Donovans.
I want Donovans. I want to know where they're from. I want my O-lineman from Wisconsin,
Wyoming,
Iowa,
Arkansas,
Indiana, Arkansas, like Oklahoma. Like, bro, I need my kids playing. I need my O-lineman playing with dirt.
I want to say this though, even outside of just Nico Collins and CJ Stroud, I feel like that offense is really lackluster now. It's a lot more lackluster. I still feel like they're lacking stuff in like.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Who got echo?
I hear it.
I hear it. Hey, hold on. Say something again. Yeah, J-Rob, it's you. Go ahead.
But yeah, I just feel like they're lackluster in a couple other areas. I mean, they traded John Mechie, but I don't think that really matters. Trading John Mechie and stuff like that. I mean, more so, you just need more of a better upgrade. We're gonna see what Jaden Higgins does. I think their run game is somewhat, decent. It's halfway decent. It's not really on.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
Hold on.
Oh, so it wasn't me.
It wasn't you. It wasn't
Nope.
him. Hold on. Say something.
Yeah, I'm here. So it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, at the end of the day, like the O-line is gonna be making a lot of different. It's going to take away a lot of different things, but I think they need to involve Nick Chubb in the run game a little bit more. So that way, at the end of the day, that's how you make up for still having a battle line. You can get your run game going, then at the end of the day, the defense has to play you a little bit more fair. At the end of the day, it is what it is. And so it really now forces the other team to rely on their pass rushers a lot more than just sending you stunts, sending you blitzes. Because you can send me a stunt, but if Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon are going off, we know Joe Mixon's out right now, y'all boys. If you can get Joe Mixon and Nick Chubb to really start giving you some good rushing, a good rushing attack, then quite frankly, your O-line still being as bad as they are is gonna be a lot more difficult for that team to keep sending you blitzes and keep sending you stunts consistently when they know, we don't got to worry about whoever's in the backfield because they're not going to give me anything anyways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, I think Nico right now, he has to show me.
You straight. You come meet your mic.
He has to show me. Nico has to show me.
I ain't meet you. Yeah.
Nico has to show me because I don't know what's going on with him right now. You could say once again that it's based off of the fact that Stroud is getting pressure consistently, leading to him making bad throws and stuff like that. But that don't have nothing to do with when they are making good throws. I don't see Nico really going and doing the crazy stuff that makes it. I think he's a superhuman, right? I do think he's a superhuman at that wide receiver position. So he needs to show me more, and I need to see that more. But that run game needs to be the reason why they start being able to be a better offense. It just is what it is.
But they also got a receiver on the practice squad that they need to bring up that'll help them a lot too.
Who was that?
What's the name over there?
Juwan Winfree.
Yeah, what's that?
Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
That probably would help him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
So before we get to this game, we're gonna keep moving on to these games.
Wait. Can I say one thing, Trent, before we get in? Because I've been on here. It's important. Go ahead, Trent.
Oh, okay. So number one, we got 146 people on here. you know here, like, sub, you think what I'm saying?
No, keep tapping in with us.
Keep tapping in with us. And then let me read these super chats before you can say what you say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Karen with $2 appreciate you. He said, wish I could be here, but Donnie apologized to Mecca. Yeah.
What Donnie
That
say?
boy so good. That boy so
Yeah.
good.
Get to
Listen,
it.
all I said was he wasn't better than Marvin. That's all I said.
No, you said he wasn't.
No.
I said, you know what I said? You know what I said? You know what
You
I
said
said?
he was mid.
What'd you say? What'd you say,
He
Don?
was. I said he wasn't better than Marvin. He wasn't
Okay.
You
better
said
than
Emeka's
Malik,
mid.
and he wasn't better than.
Okay, hold on. I'll give you
You said he was
this.
mid?
You said he's mid. You said he wasn't better than Evan
I'll
Stewart.
give you this. Look. So in the early days of Flag on the Play,
In the early days, I will
college
find the
stakes,
clip.
that's on my thing. Donnie
find
said at the time Emeka wasn't a top 5 receiver. In that time, obviously, it was the Malik, Marvin Harrison Jr., Roma Dunzi, Bryant. Okay, fine. That is cool. He hit the nail on that. I'm not gonna lie. In that particular part, you hit the nail on that. But then you double back the next year. I wish Teagan was on here because I really got to get on Teagan ass. But you was calling him Mecca mid. We had Teagan saying Evan Stewart was better than Mecca.
Both of them. Stop. No, don't limit that to Teagan. It was both of them.
Oh, he was saying
You know
that
I remember. You know I remember.
Oh,
Hold on a second.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Donnie, you bugging. The Mecca was pro ready from pro ready, bro.
Yeah, he
You
was.
know, you know
ready
I
from
remember
pro
because
ready,
the
you
fact
feel
of the
me?
matter is, I had to argue down from Evan Stewart to hearing Donnie call him mid. He said, I mean, Emeka just doesn't really do that. That's nothing too well, you
I'm
know.
gonna be honest. If we're talking about Ohio State receivers,
I had
in the league,
okay. I'm looking at my draft rankings. I had a Buka wide receiver 5 in the draft.
Why are you talking about your draft rankings right now?
Yo,
yeah,
Trent, I'm
stop
not
doing
gonna
that.
lie.
Stop doing that.
Why are you talking about your draft rankings right now? Donnie, I want you to know something from me to you. Right now, in this moment, in 2025, on what day is it? What is it? The 16th? September 16th, 2025 at 8:16 p.m. I do not care about what your draft rankings say. I care about what you said last year when you said he was mid.
Yeah, I can't believe you said that, Donnie. That's a horrible eval.
Juju Smith. You didn't say that, Donnie.
Yeah.
You did not.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Ohio, no disrespect. You know, I love
wasn't-
Marvin. You know, I was high on Marvin. But
Y'all
the
need to
reality is-
realize I don't do comms on what they're gonna be, and I've said that before a lot on the show. I always did comms on what I think the play style was similar to. I never do player comms to what I think they're gonna be because the outcome is just way too up and down. So that's why I do play style comps.
Listen,
not
Marv better look out
I'm hearing a whole lot of everything else.
between
other than-
between Emeka, JSN, and Garrett Wilson, Marv might be the 5th, 6th best Ohio State receiver in the league right now, in the NFL right now. If I'm being honest,
Why Emeka not better than Olave?
he might be. I'm not mad at that. I mean, I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna say a little bit more because I'm gonna also give Olave the benefit of the doubt for the season.
I'm gonna give Olave the benefit of the
situation.
doubt that he
2
had
games
somebody
in the
throwing him
situation.
hospital balls.
What would Chris Olave be on the Pats? You feel me? Or I mean, on the with Mahomes. You feel me? What would he be with Josh Allen? What would he be with Lamar? I think
If he got hit one
Chris
time,
Olave is still a stud in my opinion. But I also will admit I have some Ohio State bias, but I still think Chris Olave.
Emeka better than Olave.
He is.
I just think one person, his name has picking spreads in down there too. Right. I appreciate that super chat. Go ahead, bro. Just say what it is. Apologize.
Just apologize. You just take
I apologize.
All right, cool. That's all you need.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's really
There's one more super chat.
Let me keep going. Appreciate you, Marlon, for the 10
Wait. Somebody just said this. Is Kyler still top 10? I just need to know.
Who?
I think Kyler's been. I think Kyler's been.
Kyler Murray.
I'd say no, he's not. But let's not act like Kyler's been bad this year.
No.
Okay. Kyler's been good.
Kyler's not top 10 right now. Hey, yo, Trent, make sure you
Kyler's playing well right now.
Make sure y'all put some respect on Jared Edge. You saw Jared Edge last week.
We don't get to Jared Edge.
Who argued that with you, Kobe?
You saw Jared Edge.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on.
But what we are arguing, if we want to get to the real argument,
we could. Hold on. Come on. If you're talking about,
Trent, when you get through the super chat, I have one thing I have.
Okay, hold on. I know. Hold on. After I get these super chats, we're gonna get to the Gerald thing. And Young, if you're talking about what
the crux of the argument,
right? We're talking about that game, right? After. So hold on.
Go ahead.
Appreciate you, K-Rock. Said first time donation. Shout out on Rated M Court. Make sure y'all join my boy Mo Discourse, the wrestling Discord. If y'all tapped on wrestling, we talk about a lot of shit, a lot of other shit too. But if y'all want the link, let me know. And then shout out Eagles Nation, of course. He says Stingley's taking more wide receivers up the game than the Eagles offensive coordinator Kevin puts. Yeah. Speaking now, J-Rob,
please can I go? Please.
Go ahead, brother.
Look, Bama I'm here to personally apologize to you to your face. I came to the party too early, and the party was supposed to start on colored people's time. I thought this kid was Patrick Mahomes' reincarnation. He is not that. He's not Patrick Mahomes reincarnated.
What are you talking about?
Caleb.
He is not. He is not the kid that I think. I'm still gonna. He's only year 2, so I'm not gonna go too far down to the conclusions. But the reality is, the things that we have these talking points about what Shador does in the pocket right now, Caleb Williams still doing that in the pocket in year 2. Holds the ball way too long. He thinks he is Mahomes and tries to do too much. I think he misses terrible right now. Like when he misses, he's missing a lot of open guys. I think when Ben Johnson has to go outside of the 10 to 20 scripted plays that they've done in practice for that game week, he doesn't look like the same guy. And I'm going to say this. If Andrew Reese is coming out there to say that we have the same nail tech, just be torn.
No way.
Just be torn. Oh, I'm cool. Look. I want y'all to know I'm not one of them folks. I don't care about I really don't care about them type things. But if you're 0-2, Andrew Reese should not be telling the world that y'all have the same nail tech and then be talking about Slay. I done set her up with my nail tech.
Crazy.
Listen, y'all, I'm not that. I don't care about these things. Like, to me, his nails don't matter if he's a good football player or not. But I do think optics matter. I think optics matter. And one thing about Caleb has always been, does he take football serious? Does he care about football? Do this, do that. You can't be 0-2 performing how you're performing, and you got the same nail tech as Angel Reese. It's not valid. It's not valid. It's not valid. It's not valid. And then on top of that, too, he's supposed to text Angel and be like, do not tell nobody we have the same nail tech. What just happened to the house call, bro? Like, why couldn't you just get a house call and it's good? This whole look, John, we've been in these locker rooms, gang. Ben, when you've been in these locker rooms, gang, let's just be honest about the quarterback coming into the locker room with the same nail tech as Angel Reese, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be that guy because I don't usually care about these things. I usually don't. But when you play the way you've been playing, 0-2,
Sis just don't want to play football right now. It's okay, bro. Wait till cuddle season. Wait till cuddle season. Cisco come around.
I watched all of these past 2 games. I thought, like you said, those first 20 scripted plays, Caleb looks good. Like, I'm like, okay, he's taking that step. After that, it starts to get a little crazy. He's missing horribly. And it's not like he's getting pressured. It's bad pocket. It's a good pocket. Yeah. And he just booting throws.
And I just want to throw one thing out there because somebody said, what does this have to do with football? I want y'all to know
that's a lot, bro.
You have 4 guys up here. You have 4 guys up here. Between the 4 of us, probably at least 50 offers between the 4 of us. So I'm just letting y'all know, like, there's 4 Division I level players on this pod. So we're telling you from an in-house perspective,
that's not a good look.
It's not a good look, y'all. I'm telling you. And I'm sitting in the locker room talking to Young, like, bro, look at him.
You see the name? I had to change my name because I didn't believe what you said. I didn't believe what you said, J-Rock.
Oh, you didn't believe that?
I had to go.
Oh, y'all thought I was joking when I wasn't joking.
I typed it up.
I wasn't joking about that. Yeah, that wasn't a joke.
Angel Reese.
What's wrong with Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams. It shows.
Don't forget, my shorty play in Chicago. He might have the same nail tech as my shorty.
And then just in case they just think you just harping about the nail tech, it's anything, bro. Y'all know, nigga, if you got caught smoking weed, bro, you start playing bad. See if your ass stay off that dope, you'll be able to do something. They gonna be on your ass. Everything playing this bad, bro. Anything, bro. You saw what they did with Kyler Murray in the Call of Duty. They was on bro ass about the Call of Duty. See if your ass get off Call of Duty, You would maybe read a motherfucking cover three defense.
Like we all understand. Like I know I talk about skill set. Like I'm heavy on it.
Yeah.
But bro, there is a standard. This is like locker room. There is a standard at that position.
Yeah.
There's no. You don't get hit in practice. You don't got to lift weights hard. You don't got to do nothing really like all the other guys got to do.
No.
So to make up for it,
you got to be slicing and dicing. You got
to know everything going on about the other team, and you almost got to be one of the guys like that way. You talk about guys like Peyton Manning go out with his boys and get beer. Tom Brady, y'all know how strict he was about avocado, whatever he did.
He was
vegan, still bro with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be one. I don't have like. However you feel about the nails, you feel about the nails. But you can't be a off-standish kind of leader as a quarterback.
Right.
You can't be having Angel Reese talk about y'all got the same nail tech
in
that locker room because the guys won't respect it. Let alone you going 0-2. Now, look, J-Rod, hey, winning cures everything.
If you 2-0,
cures everything.
I might get my nails done too.
And look, I don't even care about wins and losses. But when you talk about how people look at you, how people respect you, why do you think the Eagles respect Jalen Hurts so much? Because at the end of the day, all the brother does is care about winning. I know I come up here and talk about his skill set. I talk about where I rank him amongst the better players in the league. That's one thing. But when you talk about just a guy that wants to win, I'll never take that away from him.
So everybody loves Baker Mayfield so much.
Wait, Trent, put that last comment up. That whoever this is, Kamani Young. This is so irrelevant, bro. Do you know how much winning that man did on the offensive side of the ball?
They didn't care until they started losing, bro. This
is the point. Literally. This is the point that they're making. Like the
literally our point.
It doesn't matter if you win. If you win, J-Rod just said it. If you win,
he and Young will both come in with black nails. You feel me? I'll come in black nails, bro. I don't care.
If you are balling on the field, I don't care what you're doing off the field. You do whatever you want.
I think Kobe. I think people are looking
you're getting my pockets big when we win.
You know what they're doing, J-Rob. They're trying to make you. They're trying to make you
care about how it looks.
Yeah,
they're trying to football games.
I was about to say, J-Rob, you know what they're doing. They're trying to make it J-Rob. You know what the narrative is gonna be. J-Rob don't rock with them.
I have nothing to do with that. I just know about a locker room, bro. Like I just know, like you go into a locker room and we're losing. And your nails are buffed and scrubbed and whoop-de-woo, you're supposed to be first one in, last one out. And you got new French tips on, bro.
So and even to the point, like
it looks crazy when we're losing.
Kyler, like if you're losing and I see you're up to 2:00 playing Call of Duty, we got a problem. With anything. If I see you're smoking, doing what you do off the field and we're losing games, we got a problem. Like we have a problem. Especially if you're not playing bad. If you're playing bad.
Anything.
The Cardinals will not care about
winning cares all.
Johnny Manziel at Texas A&M, he used to get sloppy drunk. They didn't get
he used to pull up to
Alabama. We get to the Cleveland Browns, they start losing. You start looking terrible. Like, bro.
That's and it's not just and I think somebody just said it. Who is World Rage? They said. You gotta understand it's hella Nugent in here. It's not just about the players, bro. It's not just about the players, it's the coaches too. You know how many people it took to cover up everything that Johnny football did at Texas A&M?
Right.
It took the whole state of Texas and all of College Station to cover up everything that Johnny Manziel was doing at Texas A&M.
Right.
To the point where he got to the draft and couldn't even go to the draft no more. But you want to know why? Because nobody in Indiana was trying to cover that up. Nobody wanted to cover it up out there. But it's because you winning. You get to Cleveland, hey, bro. So ain't got time for that. We paying you millions.
Work. So speaking, we was gonna talk about the other game, but since we already on top of it, Caleb, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even know that shit. That shit was funny.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start off. Know that? No, I actually did not know that.
Oh, my bad. Y'all thought I was joking.
I thought you was joking.
No,
I wasn't joking.
Trolling,
that was dead facts. I
thought you was trolling, bro.
But Donnie, I'm gonna start off with you because I heard you said these boys about to go 8-9 this year.
The Bears
or the Lions, something like that. You said they was gonna struggle this year. So they beat the brakes off the Bears. Jared Goff playing out of his mind. think J-Mo, Jameer, Monty, and Amon-Ra all had touchdowns. Amon-Ra had 3 of them. Bears obviously struggled and all that. But I want to start with you. Did we underrate the Lions after week 1?
Also, I went back to check just to make sure because I was pretty sure I had them. Yeah, I had them winning the division right before the season started. So,
JJ, yo,
W changed my mind. Yeah, you can go look. I'll show you the TikTok. It was
Donnie. You a demon, Donnie. You a demon. Bro.
Hey man, listen. If you're right, you're right. If you're right, you're right. That's all I know. If you're right, you're right.
Demon, bro.
If you're right, you're right. No, man. I think we underrated the Lions a little bit after week 1 because the offense did look so bad versus Green Bay. But then again, maybe it's just that Green Bay's defense is that good, considering how well they looked against the Commanders, how awful the offensive line was for the Commanders as well, and then the wide receivers could not separate. The play call was awful. All this stuff. Yeah. What's up, JJ?
Yo, bro, what?
You good?
Yeah, don't get any more credit anymore, chat. Just remember that. Nah, man. The Lions are still, I think, on paper, maybe Green Bay probably has a better roster. I still worry about the DBs, even though they have done a really good job. You could argue that they're still the most talented roster in this division. It was just a big question of how is the coaching staff going to look and how the DB is going to look. And the DBs haven't been particularly great, but everything else has been clicking. The offensive line bounced back in a big way. I mean, the Bears got 5 pressures that entire game. The entire game, they only had 5. That's a joke. I'm pretty sure the average per game is anywhere from 18 to 22. So terrible from them. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't really have much to say. Jared Goff went out there and played extremely well. He played extremely efficient football. I don't think he was asked to do a lot of crazy stuff, which is what Jared Goff has always had his stuff at. When he can just not elevate, but when he can just play with the offense and play with all these toys that he has. So, yeah, man, I'm worried about Chicago's defense because the pass rush is non-existent, and now they don't have Jalen Johnson for the rest of the season. So,
he's hurt?
Yeah, he's gone for the year.
I got watch the season.
But yeah,
they said he's out indefinitely, so that could be like
So shout out Detroit. They did a really good job. I think the defensive line's also the front 7 in general has also done a good job. Yeah. Go ahead.
They're going 8-9 or no?
No, I said
he said before that. That's why I said JJ, you didn't hear him. He said when he did his thing, he had him winning the division.
Before the season started, I had him winning the division, and I can show y'all right now. I can show y'all right now.
Yeah, I just know chat when it comes to when it be in our Telegram, when we talking about this shit, it don't be sounding like that. But it's fine. Matt, go ahead, brother. Do you think we underrated the Lions?
I had the Lions going 3rd in the division, and I did say that they were cooked after week 1. Just because I was like, I wanted to, we all do our little week 1 petty victory laps. It's like we all do.
Right? Petty victory laps. I like that one.
I mean, it's true. And you know what? Last time I was on here, my highlight was my what was it that you called it? Michael Jackson moonwalking. I'm not going to moonwalk this one. They look good. I'll stand on it. They're going to finish 3rd. They're not they beat up Chicago's ass. Yeah, sure. We can acknowledge that, right? Mm-hmm. Green Bay's still there. Minnesota's right there, and shit. Chicago's still a good team, all right. I know they're not off to a hot start. They got all the talent in the world. We got to understand that, right? It's just a matter of can they put it together, all right. Maybe I underrated them, maybe I didn't. But
But Matt, did you see this question?
No, I didn't. Did you see him? I did not get a chance to.
Maddie, did you see? You don't think Amon-Ra can separate?
Nah, that's what he said.
No. I said that he couldn't on the level of BTJ.
BTJ right now.
No. We're not going down that hole again. All right.
Sorry. My bad.
But J-Rob.
No. I know how BTJ is looking right now, and still that don't look good.
I'm still a BTJ guy. So don't worry.
I am too. And bro, I'm in Jacksonville right now. I saw how BTJ was working in practice. Almost the entire.
You're confident that the Vikings are going to be better, man? Because I'm watching this Vikings offense.
4 weeks.
I'm watching this Vikings.
I ain't gonna lie though, too.
Minnesota revived Randall Cunningham, Sam Darnold.
Nobody got no love for my boy for Baby Warren Moon though. Nobody wants to talk about Baby Warren Moon. We're not talking about him at all, or is
you talking about Michael Penix? We gonna get to that. We gonna get to the Falcons.
Who else we talking about?
Because he's not Warren Moon. But
who else should we be talking about? Baby Warren Moon. That's who we should be talking about.
But we're gonna get to that game. We went to Sunday Night Football.
Get a nasty.
But J-Rob,
there, bro.
you can talk about Jared Goff. The Jared Edge name died last year. He does not have that name anymore.
Now he's back.
About this though, he might be Jared Edge. But
Listen, my boy Edge is back, bro. Listen, my boy Jared Bovice is back. Okay, I think we need to start giving more respect to Edge. Honestly, I was a little sad because my boy had so many injuries, so that's why it looked kind of bad last year. I got to get back to Jared Edge FC because I think after game 1, y'all couldn't wait to write off Edge. Would you call it, Maddie? A week 1 victory lap?
Yeah.
I think I had that week 1 victory lap, and then Jared Bovice and company went and played the Bears, and they had that nail polish remover on them and packed them boys up. You hear me? So I just want y'all to know my boy Jared Edge is that guy. And I think I picked.
All right, Donnie.
I don't remember who I picked to win the division. I think I want to say I picked the Lions or the Packers to win it, but I think the division is going to come down to those two teams. Look, I loved what JJ McCarthy did in week 1, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. He needs to go see the trainer who fixed Josh Allen throwing motion, bro. His wind up too slow right now, in my opinion. In my opinion, he just takes too long to get the ball out. The motion is just too elongated, bro. I just think he needs to sharpen that thing up, but I do think he got some juice too. I wasn't
if he doesn't do that, if he doesn't do what he's doing right now, the ball is gonna lose velocity. If you're talking about JJ McCarthy,
yeah.
That's one of the biggest things I always tell people all the time. I said anytime he's able to get into his throwing motion, I'm not gonna lie, that ball got some zip behind it.
Yeah, it does.
The problem is, anytime you got him trying to throw off platform, this, that, and third, I start.
Yeah, the motion is too long, bro. It just takes too long, bro. Yeah, his emotion is too elongated, bro. He almost throws a bit like a baseball player.
Yeah,
like a full blown wind up when he throws.
Or Young, man, how you feel about the Lions, man? You feel like we underrated them after week 1, or what you
I don't know about Donnie, but I had them winning the division still. I don't think that. I think they're good. I think the Packers are probably still going to I'm more excited to see what Green Bay's looks like. Like what Jordan Love looks like right now he looks really good. Micah, we talked about it last week. Micah being on that defense makes it knocks everybody down the road. Rashawn Gary's a 2. That's what they needed. So
I forgot Kobe.
he's not a Packers guy.
He a Cowboys fan.
But yeah, I mean the Lions, bro. That offense is so explosive. If they can protect Jared Goff, they're going to put up points. That's just what the end of the day it comes to.
J-Mo's might have the first 1,000-yard season with the least amount of receptions, Young.
Yeah, he's
108 yards on 2 catches.
I told Donnie the other day, I was like, he just got that extension, but he might be underpaid because what he can do on the field, every team in the league would love to have him on the field. Somebody that can just take the top off the defense with ease like that. It's dangerous. So I'm not down on them. I still think they have the ability to win the division. But man, Green Bay looks nice.
Can I ask you a question, Young?
Quentin Johnston, man.
Who's a better wide receiver 2 right now? Who's a better complimentary wide receiver right now?
Than J-Mo?
Higgins, or DeVonta Smith?
I'm taking J-Mo, bro. Just that ability he opens up everything for everybody. Like Smitty is elite in his own right. I don't think he opens up for AJ.
What you making that face for, JJ? You making that face for? What you making that face for?
Just as a 2, I think being a 2, you want to complement your 1 significantly. I think.
So you're gonna take J-Mo over Devontae?
No, that's not what he asked. He said, "Who is a better complementary?"
Yeah, you think J-Mo's a better complimentary piece than DeVonta Smith?
Yeah, because what does DeVonta Smith do to open up AJ Brown's game?
I said the word was complimentary, not wide receiver 2.
No, I hear you. So
what does he do to open up AJ Brown's game?
They one. They do a lot of similar things, but the stuff that AJ Brown, because at the end of the day, both of them you can still use them as deep threats. I think they complement each other. That's why it's not the same thing as J-Mo compliments Amon-Ra, and so in turn Amon-Ra is being able to eat off of that. They complement each other to the point where they're both able to eat together, right? So him being the better overall wide receiver complements AJ Brown in my opinion, not just him being able to take the top off the defense. If you ask AJ Brown to take the top off the defense, guess what Devontae Smith's going to be able to do? He's going to be able to go and eat underneath, going to be able to go destroy people with his release off the line and get in the short game and all that stuff. Vice versa. If you're asking AJ Brown to go and kill you in the underneath game, guess what Devontae Smith's going to do? The exact opposite. That's complimentary at the highest degree, in my opinion. I don't get it. Like,
I'm saying it in the sense because I'm saying it more what they do different. Amon-Ra's not a burner. Amon-Ra's not. I mean, he can be utilized as a deep threat. He's not his most effective as a deep threat.
Yeah,
I think every offense, for example, like I think Rome is great as what he's doing now. The way he wins isn't always downfield. If you have somebody that can take the top off the defense, it opens up what Rome does.
Yeah,
Marvin Harrison Jr. If you could get somebody to take the top off the defense so he can actually work underneath, like that's why I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a better receiver.
That's my point to the Eagles, right? To the Eagles wide receivers, and why y'all considered him to be the quote unquote the best wide receiver 2 in the league, period, right? But
I think he's better than Jameson.
I know, but it's still about complimenting people, right? When you compliment,
when I say who's better, it's not about the complimentary part.
No. I know that. I'm talking about right now in this current conversation. Complimenting someone, Devontae Smith, no matter what, they both can do a lot of similar things once again. But if I'm asking AJ Brown to be, you got one-on-ones, I need you go take it to the house. I need you running a go ball. I need you running a post. I need you running a post corner. I need you doing whatever, right? Guess what I'm asking Devontae Smith to do? Not the same thing. And he's going to do it at a high level, right? What J-Mo does for Amon-Ra, he does it at a high level, right? Mm-hmm. What Devontae Smith does, and what Devontae Smith does for AJ Brown, he does it at a high level. Like there's nothing you can't ask him to do to help his other receiver. It's not. It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So that's why I laughed. I think if we're gonna go based off of that label in general, it is the most compliment. That's the same reason why I view T Higgins too, right? T Higgins don't have to take the top of defense because guess who does? Jamar Chase.
But that's my point. Like,
but Jamar Chase though.
But I
don't have to be bracketed all game because guess what I'm able to do? As T Higgins, I'm able to eat over the middle. I'm able to go and have a huge catch radius, and you're not going to be able to stop me too. So you can't bracket my one receiver and leave me alone. You can't.
But you got to scheme. But the thing is, you got to scheme a lot for J-Mo
T Higgins' skill set relative to Chase is completely different. Amon-Ra's skill set relative to J-Mo is completely different. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, while they do some things differently, they're very much the same type of receiver. Now, Smitty is a really good receiver, so yeah, you can't just double AJ Brown and let Smitty go off. You can't. But I'm just saying, as far as the offense, like I don't think Detroit will ever have offensive issues because of that difference in their skill set.
You think the Eagles will have offensive issues aside from like OC issues alone? Because I'm not gonna lie. If we're gonna go based off of what the OC is doing, then I can literally. I can still argue that same thing for the Lions, and I'm a Lions.
I always think they have offensive issues because again, they're so great. You're not gonna really look at it, but sometimes you're misusing when you just make Smitty a deep threat to clear out for AJ Brown. I don't think you're maximizing.
No,
Smitty.
You're not.
When you're just using AJ Brown as a decoy. Clear out routes for Smitty, you're not maximizing AJ Brown. Whereas in T Higgins with J-Mo, you can maximize J-Mo by just utilizing him straight as a deep threat.
Right.
That's just me.
His speed alone threatens a defense. As a D coordinator, his speed alone, you have to account for it. And because of that, because of how crazy he is as a receiver, you can't really bracket a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown because you got this wide receiver that stresses the heck out of your safeties all game.
I'd argue the same thing for the two receivers on the Eagles. I literally say the same thing. I mean, Devontae Smith.
I'm saying that's why
I'll say this, JJ.
Offensive issues.
Can I just add this caveat? I think I'll probably agree more with you if the offense for the Eagles has been a little bit more creative with them two players. So I can see that.
And that's different, though. That's the difference, right? I'm not mad at you for saying that because, quite frankly, we don't know what that man is doing over there right now. I'm just going to be honest. But I think that's just a misuse of players in general. So, if anything, that's an indictment on the offense as a in a totality, not because of what those two people can do, right? Back to what you were saying in general about him stressing defense. Like, I know, Young, you said that they do some things differently, but the things that I think they do differently is still a major component. I think A.J. Brown is a decent route runner, but we know who Devontae Smith is already automatically, right? We know who he is as a separator. We know who A.J. Brown is as a separator, too, in those regards. He can separate with the best of them, but at the same time, he doesn't need to separate all the time either. We get that. So that's understood. Everyone's on the same page here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So when I look at if I need Devontae Smith to be able to get open consistently and get open underneath, guess what I can have A.J. Brown do, which is still it's still putting stress on the defense. I have him still going over the top and taking the top off the defense because I'm A.J. Brown. Vice versa with whatever Devontae Smith is doing as his wide receiver too. Smitty is consistently can take off the top. Now he's not Jameson Williams, but then I'd be talking about Tyreek Hill too. I mean, not everyone's Tyreek Hill. I get that.
I agree.
But being at the end of the day, the stress factor is this: just everyone understanding the nuances of football. I'm just gonna go to something that's very easy for me right now to be able to make this understood. Darnell Mooney, for example, he's another person that takes the top off the defense. He stresses defenses due to his verticality and his threat and him threatening defenses. Right? When you took him out the game for Atlanta, while we lost by 3 to the what's it called? It was a clear, noticeable difference when we weren't able to run the football in a certain direction. We weren't able to get Drake London the ball as much because guess what they were doing? They shifted their defense towards main focal points in that area, right? So that's how I like. Once again, though A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith can take the top off the defense. Don't get it twisted. You don't have. I just don't believe that you have to have 4.2 speed to say that he does like all that other
I'm
stuff.
not saying
But I do want to add this about
speed is the difference.
But I do want to add this too. Like I was just gonna say, like to Young's point, that would make some different though, because we've seen a lot of speed guys in the NFL. Like a lot of these wide receivers kind of being the speed wide receiver been kind of overrated because there's only been a few guys who could put the speed together with what it takes to be an elite wide receiver with the routes, all that. But when you can find a 4.2 speed receiver, a la Deshaun Jackson, Tyreek Hill, like if you will find that level of speed in a receiver who can run routes, catch the ball, catching traffic, they're a absolute handful. And for a guy like J-Mo, and the thing about J-Mo is he's the first wide receiver that I've personally seen where he's gonna touch the ball maybe 5 times for the game.
And might have a $150.
And have a $150, might have 200 yards all purpose. Because that's how explosive he is. And I just feel like as an OC, having to deal with that, because not only are they going to give him the ball in the pass game, he's an end around demon, a reverse demon. There's just so many ways to put that ball.
I just think he's different, bro. Man. All it takes, bro, is great safety play. And you play too high over the top, bro, and you just take them niggas out the game, bro. I get it.
You can't
J-Mo, bro.
You saying it like
Trent,
ain't it like it's so easy though.
But still, though, with good safety play, it is because you saw what Whitfield and them did with Tyreek, bro. Like they literally took him out the game from just running two safety high, bro, over top, bro. Because when you put the two safety high over the top, it's always somebody who's gonna have a run.
Disingenuous as shit. You know why you're being disingenuous.
You're not just finna
leave. O-line play in that Super Bowl was garbage. And Tyreek Hill was just playing a bad game because he was dropping TDs too. There was passes where Tyreek was open and he was just dropping them. So I'm not about to just be like, oh, that's just great safety.
The reason you can't do that to Detroit is because they will run the ball down your throat and you're finished.
I'm not tripping off of that caveat. I'm just talking about the point where you just talking about J-Mo is just the better complementary piece. The reason why I would just be Smitty because of all the routes he can run. So it consistently puts pressure on the defense all game versus someone who just runs vertical passes, right? I love J-Mo, one of my favorite Alabama receivers.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. But just that run deep shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's the NFL, dog. They go game plan for it. Like they go Trent, you know this, bro. The NFL, they know how to just if that's all you do, they're gonna make sure when the playoffs roll around, that shit is gone. Like you gonna have to see some of the only way to routes to run. Can you run digs? Can you run posts? Can you run comebacks? Like can you run all of that other stuff, right?
So we can just keep going. What's up, Bama? You good?
Yeah, go my phone.
Yeah, because we gotta keep going. So I gotta get up out of here like in probably basically not another hour. But so moving on, I want to talk about the Eagles-Chiefs game, and I know, and let me just say this first before I get to what I want to talk about. We know they going through hell. The OC moving like the route combination, like this shit's bad. It's bad. I still got the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. I still got them going back to back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do. I think they're gonna fix it. I think they're gonna fix the clean of their tune. But I will say, just to talk about obviously the man of the town on the team, obviously in Jalen Hurts. I think consensus-wise, like this game right here is like the major problem with like the Jalen Hurts discourse and how like people like how we view him. Like, because realistically, the brother basically had a flat 100 passing yards, and you go on the arrow
1-1, right?
And won the game and just touch push away in your game.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Jalen Hurts is still a very good quarterback, I just think that again, when it comes to him in general, I think it'd be hard to evaluate him because you have games like this where your passing game cannot be on nothing, like literally nothing.
Yeah, but that's not his fault when the OC is best friends with the head coach. The OC, the head coach is the OC, the head coach is not his fault. It's nepotism.
J-Rob, I know it's not his fault.
Brian Johnson part 2, bro.
I know it's not his fault, and I know they're going through hell right now. And I think they're going to be.
Back to Brian Johnson.
I know they're going through
Brian
hell.
Johnson part 2.
But I'm just saying,
not.
It is hard. This is the prime example for people why it's hard to evaluate Jalen Hurts if you're not Eagles fans. Like this is the prime example. Like this is like,
what do we need to evaluate though? I think the thing is, what else do we need to evaluate about Jalen Hurts at this point in his career?
I don't think there is anything.
I don't think there's anything else, bro.
I think when people rate him a certain way is the issue. That's my only thing.
Listen, but the thing is,
and that's the thing to evaluate. That's what I'm saying.
And I understand.
I'm not talking about him as a player. I'm talking about
my thing is this though. My thing is this. Does it? My question is, fellas, do it matter that much?
Yes, because it bothers me. Yes, J-Rob, it bothers me.
But it bothers you. Why? You have Dak Prescott, who has more of those things that people like to evaluate. He throw for more yards. He do all the things that everybody want to see at the quarterback. The aesthetically pleasing stuff.
Right.
So you can't be mad. I just feel like we be mad at Jalen Hurts.
I'm not mad.
I'm not saying literally, but I feel like the media be so harsh on Jalen Hurts.
No.
It's just okay. I'll put it like this, Jared. I'll put it like this. For example, when people be having like Hurts, Lamar Jackson conversations, because people have that in the media. Or
yeah,
just
it's not a combo.
We know.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. J-Rob, do you remember where you met me at for the first time?
I thought I met you up here.
No, you met me on MJ podcast.
Yes. I remember that.
Back when Deshaun Watson first got to Cleveland.
Yes, I remember
was like
that.
Probably 3-4 years ago now.
Yes,
It's probably
I remember
3 years
that.
ago now.
Yes.
That's where you met me. I'm not mad at Jalen Hurts. I'm mad at the discourse around Jalen Hurts that when you can go and win a Super Bowl and somebody and MJ's my dog. Y'all know that. I'm mad at the how can he why is he top 5? Why is he a top 4?
Will we be having this conversation if this was Brock Purdy doing this?
Yeah, I would.
Yes.
I would.
You know why I have come up here and said I rotate who I do.
Also, though, let me be very clear. If somebody was to have this conversation about Brock Purdy and Brock Purdy won a Super Bowl, you know what I could probably guarantee you? Although Brock Purdy is throwing to just as good a talent, Brock Purdy is going to have more than 100 yards in a game. He's going to walk into a stadium and he's going to have more than 100 throwing yards in a football game.
Yeah, but
this is not Jalen Hurts. It's not Jalen Hurts' fault. It's not Jalen Hurts. It's not Jalen Hurts' fault that he only. Well, it's not all Jalen Hurts' fault that he only has 100 throwing yards in a game. But the fact that you can walk into Arrowhead Stadium
and win with 100 yards.
And win with 100 yards. And this is the bigger problem. The bigger problem is it's not just, and then we want to talk about like Trent, I agree with you most times, but Trent started the discourse saying they're in hell and their OC is bad. He is bad. He is bad. And I'm not discrediting that. My problem is, even when Jalen Hurts has good OCs at times, there are games where he's winning playoff games with 143 yards. This past season was the first time that he had thrown for like over 225 yards in a playoff game that he had won. You can't do that.
Okay,
that's insane. And then somebody make you a top 5
Can I ask you a question? Kobe? Because this is my whole thing about Jalen Hurts. Because obviously, I got Jalen Hurts top 5, top 7-ish right now in the league. I do. like top 5 to 7. I think he's done enough to at least deserve that grace. I do. I think he's done enough. But my question is, I think Jalen Hurts is the only quarterback in the league that deals with this part. And I think sometimes you can be a victim to your own greatness. I think Josh Allen and Lamar are examples of players victims to their own greatness all the time.
For sure.
When Jalen Hurts does have a 300-yard game and throws the ball well, right? It's not enough. Shout out to Hunter. You just said it. What is enough? It's not good enough. It's always, well, I want to see him do it back to back. I want to see him do it again. I don't. To me, it's like.
Can I stop you? When was
the last time he did have a 300-yard game? The only thing we're going to say about Jalen Hurts is he's a winner. We're not going to care
and the problem isn't the last time.
But we will talk about the last time he had a 300-yard game and then outdo him again.
Okay, Bama, the problem isn't the last time he had a 300-yard game. The problem is that he'll have a 300-yard game on a random week 4, and it'll be like, oh, like, okay, that was cool. But and the reason, J-Rob, the reason, and I think this is where the discourse gets ugly at, because you're right. It is a what is enough question.
Right.
I think the problem is in to answer your question directly, the problem is that 300-yard game that Jalen Hurts will have will be some random week 5, week 6 game where it really is like, okay, cool, you went out and threw for 300 in week 5 at 1 p.m. and like, you know what I'm saying? Now this is now then it's like I'm not trying to discredit you for the fact that your team is very good, but the fact that your team is very good, it helps your case a lot. And so when we talk about these top 5 things, it's kind of like, bro, like,
but let me ask you this. Okay, but this is my other question. This is my other thing about Jalen Hurts. What about Brian Johnson the year before, the year after the Super Bowl, right? You know what I'm talking about. The year after the Super Bowl, they lost to the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Lost the last 8 games of the season or something like that.
And they lost to the Buccaneers in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
My whole thing about that season, because to me, that season should be the season where people who have conversation about him, I think that's the example season of he is a franchise quarterback, and it's not just things around him.
Yeah, he's a franchise.
Because if you go back to what was that trend? Is that 2023
when he had the
2023 season, Jalen Hurts. They started off 8-0, right? We all still thought Brian Johnson was pretty horrible, right? Even with the start that they had.
For sure.
They weren't great defensively. The defensive secondary was absolutely cooked. This was before DeJean. This is before Quinyon Mitchell. They still were able to go to the playoffs. And I vividly remember those stretches because those games they were winning was brutal, ugly wins, a lot of ugly wins. But let's be honest, in those ugly wins, who was the best player on that team down the stretch for them?
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, right?
In the fourth.
So this is my thing, and this is why I feel like Jalen Hurts sometimes, and y'all gonna get mad because I'm about to use y'all favorite player in the league.
I'm bringing up Herbert.
I'm bringing up Herbert.
That's not my favorite.
Last year, right? The Chargers pretty much did what the Eagles did. We're gonna not make him pass a lot. We're gonna have him hand the ball off, tote the rock, and we're going to ease up some of the gas on Justin Herbert. But we already know he's a gamer. He's a talented quarterback. And so I think sometimes when it comes to Jalen Hurts, I don't think as the fan, and some of this to me is just like not only aesthetic, but just, what we like to see as just fans of the game. I think when it comes to Jalen Hurts, because he don't care how he win and the Eagles don't care how they win, for the consumer, it's like, how is this the guy that's top 5, top 7? But I also go back to 2023 when he did the things that those players that you like, he was doing that. He was making the plays, running, throwing, being a gamer. So it's like, I just give him some grace because I think I've seen every version of it. That's why
and this is hold on, Trent. This is my last one. Go ahead. My problem is that I don't disagree with you. And everybody that's in the comment section, they're like, oh, he does all of these things and it doesn't matter. No. It's not the fact that it doesn't matter. I'm not going. what I be trying to explain to people, and what I've explained to every Eagles fan that I ever talk about, because I was on an Eagles podcast, so I did this argument a lot. My problem isn't actually Jalen Hurts, bro. Like, I don't have a problem with Jalen Hurts, the quarterback.
Right.
I have a problem with the people that aren't putting the pads on. It's not Jalen Hurts.
Right.
It's the people that have the discourse about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts wins. I know that he's a winner. I know that he's a good player. I know that he does a lot of good things
He's
that
a lot
helps
Hall
his
of
team
Famer.
win. I know that he does a lot of good
I don't know
things
about
that
Lock,
help
but
his
he's
team
probably-
win.
All right, yeah, I ain't gonna say lock.
He's
My
probably
thing
gonna be a
is,
lock.
I just gotta be more consistent because I used to give because when we used to argue, this was like a while back on Player's Choice.
Mhm.
We used to argue about Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, and Trent and them used to be assholes and bring up Jimmy Garoppolo because he won.
I
We
used to
tried to
hate
used to win it, and we used to
I
hate it. But that's kind of what we're doing right now with making when we put Jalen Hurts in conversations he shouldn't be in for his top 2, top 5, whatever the case may be, like the upper realm, elite realm of quarterback, bro. That's kind of like what we doing. That's
He's
like
comparable to Jimmy Garoppolo, though.
No, but here's the thing, though. Hold on.
But here's the thing,
I think this is a major thing, which I think, and timeout. Y'all know I'd be on Burrow ass every other season. Don't even try. And we're gonna get to Burrow because obviously he has Turtle. We're gonna get to him. Okay. We all know. Let me just get this comment. Yes, the Burrow threw for 117 yards. He went. He didn't play good. Yeah, that's fine. But we all know the job that Joe Burrow has to do compared to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
night and day. So you shouldn't even bring up Joe Burrow. It's not even. And
but Joe Burrow is also a casualty to his own situation, bro. He wanted his receivers to get paid, bro. We can't.
I blame him for that.
We cannot look past that, bro.
We're not about
to look past that, bro. He knew he. Hold on.
I'm blaming.
If you know you don't have an O line and you still make the decision to go to your front office and force them to pay your Z wide receiver, knowing that him, and 3 other players are going to consume 70 to 80% of your salary cap, we cannot do the whole. No, we can't do that, bro. We cannot do that, bro.
You can't say that. You can say
that's kind of nasty, though.
That's kind of
it's not me trying to be nasty. But my question is this: we're going to be. Well, how many years is Joe Burrow in the league? No, what I'm saying is I'm not trying to be nasty. The only reason I'm saying that is because when we go back in 5 more years from now, if Joe Burrow hasn't won a Super Bowl, an MVP, never been first team All Pro,
I'm blaming him.
We cannot sit here and blame the GM. We cannot do that the whole way through.
Because he's not just getting the sole blame. He's not.
I'm not solely blaming. What I'm saying is, I'm not solely.
Because Young said he's blaming him. That's crazy.
No, it's not
I'm not going to solely blame him.
For him to go on, for him to go to the media and say, "I want all of my receivers paid," you cannot give him a pass for saying, "I want my receivers."
I understand that. Yeah, that's my point. We can't give him a pass, bro.
But
I love Joe Burrow.
I don't really understand the league and a top 5 number 2 in the league, and it's crazy for me to want them paid and also have a decent offensive line.
Kobe, it's called doing business. You can't afford it. There's a salary cap. If this was an MLB team,
but that's not on Burrow. That's not on Burrow to know the budget.
But just like I would be saying, it's not Jalen Hurts' fault. He has a situation we have. We can't also blame Joe Burrow getting down to the brokest organization in the NFL right now.
They're not broke. They're cheap. These are billionaires. They're not broke.
They broke.
It's not the same thing. They're not
like
broke.
The Bengals don't even have $1 billion.
They're literally broke.
Yeah, bro.
Your owner's the only owner.
Okay, so they're so broke that and that's my whole point. If they're that broke, why would they pay T. Higgins all that money?
But here's the thing.
They don't have an O-line. So their defense has holes.
But J-Rob.
T. Higgins' contract alone could have upgraded so many spots.
But J-Rob, here's the thing, though. Right. That's just for what happened with T this past year. What about the other 4 years still have when Joe Burrow's playing football?
And Trent, that's my reason why I'm like, Joe, why are you even advocating for this contract for T. Higgins? You're the one who has to throw this ball, and you know you've been set.
Even if Joe Burrow got a better O-line, his job is still harder than Jalen Hurts.
But I don't, Trent, I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree. First of all, he's playing the AFC. His job already hard because of the division.
Already.
he played in the AFC North, and then his Hulks every year goes through Lamar, Josh, Mahomes, Herbert. So I'm there with you. What I'm saying about it is when we look 5 years from now, and this team doesn't win a championship, Joe Burrow doesn't have an MVP, we can't sit here and say the team just never did nothing for Joe. When Joe also advocated for them to move most of their salary for his number 2 receiver. And what I feel like, he has a broken toe right now. And all I could think is, what could his O-line have looked like if that T. Higgins contract went to the offensive line? What would it look? Because I will say one thing, Trent. Joe Burrow with an offensive line, come on, dog. It's ugly for the league. If you give him 4 seconds, if he had 4 seconds to drop back, it'd be over, bro.
I mean, last season Joe Burrow without an offensive line,
and that's my point, Maddie.
Yeah,
and that's my whole point.
But to go back to what we was talking about, so we can get to the actual game and just talk about what should be like, obviously. But I think like I said, like even though we know how who he is, and I do give him credit for 2023, but I also do think when they lost, especially in the playoffs, he looked like the other quarterbacks that we be killing in the playoffs when he didn't have the perfect situation. So that's why I was like, I give him credit for 2023, but just for we be killing other quarterbacks who don't be performing well, and he didn't play good versus the Bucs at all. Now, was the situation not good? No, it wasn't. But we seen other quarterbacks in that same shit get crucified in that same thing. But I just think in the shit though, when we talk about Hurts right now, the fact that they can go, and that's why I think that the Eagles gonna be perfectly fine. And Kevin Weber, Patula, whoever, if he don't pick it up, he's really a bot. They say if you can, Saquon was basically 4 yards a carry. The run game was cool. If you can go on the arrowhead, play defense the way you are, and only pass for 100 yards and still beat the Chiefs, Jesus Christ,
honestly, I think it's more of an indictment on the Chiefs, bro. Like, you want to talk about
okay. So let's get into it then. I'll start with you then, because realistically, they lost the game because of Travis Kelce. I'm not gonna lie. The game once he threw that pick, once Travis dropped that ball, I'm not gonna lie, the game was over. They lost because of that. So Young, I'll start off with you. Should we be more concerned about Philly's passing attack or Casey starting off on the team?
I would be more concerned about Kansas City. I'm not really concerned about either, to be honest. I just Kansas City can't run the ball. I don't know if y'all watched. They were out there with 3 tight ends, bro.
Can't run the ball. That's
and Philly stayed in nickel. They didn't bring nobody big out. Mm-hmm. They were like, you got to show me. Show me. Literally. They can't run the ball. So basically, I put it.
You can't run the ball. That's terrible.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. Mahomes right now is on pace to average a K on the ground.
Yeah, he is.
He's not, bro. Yeah. No, he's not, bro.
I think he's at 130 yards on the ground.
Yeah, he is. I've seen that stat on Twitter.
Over 17 games, he'd be at a K.
God.
Yeah, I was looking on Twitter, Trent. He is.
That's insane. To be for Mahomes, I could get it if it's Josh Allen. I get it if it's Fields. I get it if it's Lamar.
Josh.
Patrick Mahomes, bro. The guy who really doesn't run until the playoffs, and that's what he's always been like.
Yeah.
He has to run now because they don't have a run game. Isaiah Pacheco. I don't know if he's still hurt. I don't know. Kareem Hunt. They're cool number, complimentary guys that get breaks. But, bro, if you can't run the ball, you're asking Mahomes to be Superman. And you're asking Mahomes to be Superman with no Rashee Rice, no no Xavier Worthy, with Hollywood Brown, and a diminished Travis Kelce. I'm not gonna say he's washed, but
he
looks.
Let's be honest, bro.
He looks nothing.
Listen,
guy.
I'm cue up the song, bro. It's been a long day without you, my friend. Cause it's over. It's over, bro.
That guy, he's
Travis Kelce. I love him to death. One of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. Young, it's over, bro.
I agree, and that's a problem. Now, I'm not worried because they don't have Rashee Rice. If Rashee Rice was out there and this was happening, I'd be like, all right, they have a problem. I still don't think – I think this will be the first year they don't come out of the AFC. Not first year, but I don't think they come out of the AFC as of right now. I'm not worried.
You just didn't have a lackluster team like that. At first, they had a really good defense. Yep. Spags was really in their bag, but they defense hurt. average.
They're taking the state back everywhere.
And I think really what it is, though, I feel like, bro, that's why I try to tell people. That's where these $500 million contracts come back to bite these QBs in the ass, because essentially, like, when you take all of that money, is Patrick. So before I say this, is Patrick Mahomes worth every penny that he's getting? Absolutely. But in a league where it's a salary cap, NFL bullshit. It's not baseball. It's not basketball. Even though basketball,
it's not soccer.
It's not soccer where you could just throw unlimited money. They got the salary cap, bro. So you just can't stack teams all crazy, right? So when you take this money, you take these 165, 100, 200 million fully guaranteed, bro. Essentially, what you're saying, what you're telling the owners, right? I can do this with no weapons. I can, because nobody's not going to come over there for free. You see what Tyreek did? He went down there with Tua. Because these dudes, they put their body on the line too.
Need that money.
They need that money. I need that money on too. And I'm gonna just be honest, bro. They put their bodies on the line more than the quarterback. Honestly, because they out there susceptible, blindside, all this extra stuff. I ain't even got to get into full caveats. But when you take all of this money as QBs, that's why I said I have a lot more respect for guys like Brady, bro, because you need to leave some type of money on the table for your guys, bro. Like, because you can't expect everybody to come over here for a discount.
Thanks.
Like, I get it. You is Patrick Mahomes. You is Lamar Jackson. You is all of these great quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of guys will probably want to play with these dudes, but nobody's finna go over there for free, bro. Like, nobody's finna go to these places for free. So when you take this money, it's like they really asked for this, because we could sit here and look at it, bro. Just black and white, bro. This is just not a good team, bro. You can't expect Patrick Mahomes to carry all of these dudes like this, bro.
You can
no run game. You can.
No run game.
Slow defense. You can, but it's like, bro. I mean, O-line outside of the center, outside of Humphreys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, real quick. Patrick Mahomes' contract not that big though.
Well, now in retrospect to what the market is,
he's like the 15th paid quarterback.
But to Bama's point too, Bama
he got paid $500 million though.
But Bama, but it's over 10 years. It was over 10 years. They restructured it different. But Bama, the other part to that, to your point too, is let's be also real. NFL players are mercenaries. That whole loyalty to a team, that's not how they get down. It's not baseball. It's not basketball. They are paid mercenaries, y'all. Why do you think all these players will be on a team for a decade and you think they're coming back for another 2 years and then they sign a deal to go somewhere else? Because they're not in it. They're not in it for their emotions. They're in it to maximize their dollars. Because does anybody else know what the NFL also stands for? Anybody. Not for long.
Not for long.
You can't do it for that long, bro. And at the end of the day, the reality is the longest people in the league are quarterbacks and kickers. That's really it. Aaron Donald, to me, is the best D tackle to ever play the game. He played 10 seasons. He probably could have played more, but he played 10 seasons. Yeah, like, the reality is it go by quick. So they're trying to maximize their dollars. So that's why when I look at a Joe Burrow situation and you have this 4 guys consuming your salary cap, why are you asking? Why would you expect other guys to take a pay cut? They also here for a on borrowed time. Like, that's just my hope that everybody's on borrowed time. Why do you think Trey Hendrickson wasn't even playing with the Bengals? I'm going to Florida. Just call me when you got some paper. Call me when you have some paper. I'm not doing that. They're not doing that, y'all.
Hey, I got a wife and kids too, J-Rob.
Yeah, I got a wife and kids too. My granny's sick too. I got to pay for my mom's house too.
Who you more concerned with? The Eagles passing attack or KC going 0-2 right now, starting off 0-2? First time since 2014?
For me, it got to be KC. It got to be KC to me, because at the end of the day, I think the Eagles are going to figure it out. We've seen the Eagles look kind of choppy to start the season, but in terms of everything they have on a roster, they still got everything they need to win another Super Bowl. I think this is the moment for the Chiefs where Patrick Mahomes is about to have his Brady drought. And it's either that Mahomes is about to have a second dynasty mark or he's not. But right now, I don't got them going to the Super Bowl. I don't got them coming out of the AFC. they don't look that good. And I know it's crazy to say because they didn't look that great last year and they still was able to do it. But I think this is the reality. This is the reality year. This is the year where they're going to have to consider drafting a new tight end. They're going to have to start looking at running backs. I think they're going to have to consider making a splash trade. Might consider bringing Tyreek Hill back. But I'm not going to say it's over for the Chiefs, but I do not see them dominating the AFC in the manner that they have. I just don't see it.
Matt?
Yeah, I'm definitely more worried about the Chiefs. I mean, at this point, like y'all have talked about it for the most part. But the one thing that I do want to touch on is that, like, with this like Mahomes contract, and you're investing all this money in this one guy plus Kelsey, and then some, how it becomes harder to win. The Chiefs showed me that it is possible to do it. It's just so much more difficult because then if you're able to draft like day one, like all pro caliber guys, like there was a time, I mean, I'm saying there was a time, and it was like 2 years ago, where the Chiefs, not only did they have Mahomes on that contract, Kelsey on a big contract, they also had Snead, Humphrey, Trey Smith, McDuffie, all on rookie deals. And they was all playing good ball. And now at this point in time, like, all these guys are paid, or you got guys like Snead where you need to maybe cut some ends loose to pay these other guys. And this is what happens. Like, eventually it breaks down. And like, shout out to the Chiefs because it took them a minute for us to like really get concerned about them. I'm not going to say it's over, but like, we talking about it. It don't look good. Yeah, like they was able to show that they could win for a minute doing it that way, but from the way it's looking, they need to especially fix up that defense first and foremost.
Kobe, did you go yet?
No. Before I answer, what is the definition of worried about the Chiefs? Like, what does that mean? Like, oh, they just didn't make the Super Bowl this year, or like?
I think their expectation is they should win the Super Bowl. Like, that's why they brought that. That's, to me, I think that's what the standard is in that room, in that locker room, is Super Bowl. So I'm gonna hold them to that. Now, do I think they're gonna win? I don't, but that's what they hold themselves to, that standard to.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I think I was already removed from the Super Bowl thing. Like, I mean,
you've seen the decline.
Yeah.
It's basically just like they're not going to have that same culture and ending to the season that they've had.
And this is the thing. So this is the thing. I still can't say that I don't think that will happen. This is listen. This is Black Magic. This is Patrick Mahomes. These are the same people we're talking about. Andy Reid ain't went nowhere. Patrick Mahomes ain't went nowhere. And I know everybody's saying he's washed, cue the music, but Travis Kelce is still there. He is still on the field. And if they make the playoffs, anything is liable to happen. Listen, so I mean, they're 0-2, and they got some things to figure out. But if it's anybody in the league that I trust to figure it out, now to answer your question, like if I had to be more concerned about one or the other, yeah, I'm more concerned about them than the Eagles passing game, because we already talked about that Jalen Hurts can go out there and win with 100 passing yards. So I don't think it's a very fair question because of the conversation that we had right before this one, where Jalen Hurts can win with 100 passing yards. He doesn't have to throw the ball. So in that regard, I don't think it's a very fair question. I do think that the obvious answer is to be more worried about the Chiefs, but I think it's still the Chiefs that we're talking about, bro. And until they prove to me otherwise, that they are not who they have always been, like it's gonna take a full season. I will not say that I don't think that they are who they are until they are knocked out of the playoffs, right?
So my question is, why have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith? Why not trade them, get some good blocking receivers like Al Lazard or whoever the fuck out there, and just run the ball? Like, why even have them over there? Like honestly, this is a genuine question.
Because when you do home,
it changes the whole thing.
It changes the offense tremendously. And number two, when you pass the ball while having Saquon Barkley, and if you're actually using good concepts, they're going to be a dangerous team because you have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Like,
Like the whole point is that you can't double anybody. Like
that's why we call this team.
You can't stack the box. You can't double one of the receivers. Like
you have to pick a way to die. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think?
Which is what happened to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Like they chose.
Saquon, you cannot beat us.
Yeah,
Hurts, you got to beat. They got beat.
And he did. And he did. Props
but
to
that's
him.
a gamble everybody's going to take. You see, everybody that's played is taking.
If Saquon get rolling,
the reason, and Bama, to answer your question, the reason you don't just go and get Allen Lazard is because when it comes to that big one, everybody going, yeah, Jalen Hurts, you got to beat me. And if I am
He's
taking
not doing that
Hurts
with Allen Lazard.
I'm not doing that.
He got Allen Lazard out there, like it doesn't.
It's over. Cool. They're not gonna. Yeah, exactly. But
AJ Brown said he hates the Super Bowl. Well, buddy, that's where you're going to make your money because everybody's going to choose that game to decide that you and Jalen Hurts have to beat them. That's where your money comes from is the playoffs because everybody's
Who should we be more concerned about? Eagles passing attack or Chiefs going 0-2?
I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know why we got to separate it. I think we should be worried about both. I'm just going to be honest. I know you want us to pick one side. I really legit can't because at the end of the day, I look at what they're calling up over there. I don't know what they're dialing up on that offensive side of the ball. We're going to have to see later in the season, but I just don't. Like, I try to go and watch and understand the game of football, y'all. At the end of the day, it takes time to learn how to watch tape, but I'm not going to lie. Some stuff, like, to me, this is just confusing what the Eagles are drawing up and what they're putting these receivers on. Not only that, I think the Chiefs going 0-2 is a concern in itself. I think obviously we know who they are, but this is the worst the Chiefs have been in there since Mahomes started with them, right? It's the worst. Period, point blank. And they're not getting any better. They're not able to sign people to make it better. And quite frankly, until we see what Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy look like when they come back, if they don't look good, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think it's crazy to say that people want to start counting out the Chiefs. I'm just gonna be honest with you. This is not an indictment on Mahomes. Mahomes is still who he is, and he plays great football. But
they were missing all of those guys, and they still only lost by what? What was the final?
They lost by what? 3?
Yeah, they lost by 3 points.
And that's why I got to give them
I get it. I get it. It's regular season, and it's only week 2, but they still only lost by 3 points, and they're missing their 2 top receivers. Okay, like this is Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he needs Tyreek Hill, but if you give him his 2 top receivers back, like does this thing not look a little bit different? And do you not think that those 2 guys account for more than 3 points? Yeah. What did they lose the first game by? What did they lose the first game by? They lost
the first game by like
a touchdown.
A touchdown.
Yeah. Like that. I thought so, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you not think that those 2 guys can account for 1 touchdown and 1 field goal in these first 2 games? Like, this whole thing could look totally different, and we could be, and you and Trent, you could be asking me some dumb question like, are they the worst 2-0 team out right now? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I think
we know the worst 2-0 team outside of the Bengals because Joe Burrow got it's really the Cardinals, but Donnie lucky he left because But we got that. Let me get you. Oh, go ahead. You got one more?
No. I was just saying that's my point. Like, they're missing their top 2 wide receivers. And if you give Patrick Mahomes his top 2 weapons back, are they not accounting for more than the 1 possession that they lost by? I don't know.
Definitely are. But let me read the rest of these super chats, and then I actually have to ask a question because this shit is gonna get me mad. But shout out Angie. OG says, "Sup, Trent W Pags. Cannot wait for week 4." Shout out Angie again with the $20. She said Cleveland. Jerry Judy was right. They stopped Henry. They got smoked by Lamar now. D-Hop got people shutting the fuck up. How y'all see the AFC North with Burrow out for this season in week 4? We coming. Thank you, Jerry. I'm not gonna lie. I think that to me, it's just the Ravens and Steelers division. I think the Ravens are gonna win. Steelers gonna be second. Simple as that. I'm not gonna lie. Justin Drake May FC on top. We on top. Will Campbell FC we on top. Short Arm FC real quiet. And J Rob the Jets suck. Appreciate
Drake
you.
FC is on top right now.
Drake, appreciate you, Eagle Nation with the 20. He said, saying anything negative on anyone except Kevin Patula is nasty. Trent, I sent you the route concepts he's supposed to throw. He's supposed to throw when they're literally not open, and the OC doesn't know how to attack a zone. What is play calling? I mean, the play call has been shit.
And I get it. Like, it's hard. But like, so basically, what you're saying is Jalen Hurts needs everything perfect to be great. That's my issue with it. Like, that's my only. And I mean, nothing wrong with it. That's just my.
That's just nasty though.
You being nasty. You being nasty a little bit.
Young, it's one thing to say.
I'm saying it. No, I'm saying it to this. I don't have a problem with that. I'm saying it to the people that say he's a top 2 quarterback in the league, a top 5 quarterback in the league. That's not the expectation. That's never been how you valued that. So why has it changed all of a sudden? That's my issue with it. No top 5 quarterback that we've ever discussed has all had everything perfect around him. From the roster to play call, there's always something that you have to overcome. Even Brady. And it was not like he's just this amazing skill set guy, but like, why is it that Jalen Hurts is allowed to have great O-line, great offense, great defense, great weapons, and he doesn't have great play calling? And I'm not going to lie, it is horrible play calling. I said it with Brian Johnson. But why is that? That's not an excuse to only have 100 yards. That isn't. There's been plenty of guys that have been irate that way. Josh Allen didn't have great play calling. Y'all were crucifying the man for having 100 yards. And he didn't have everything perfect around. He didn't have a great line. He didn't have great weapons. So that's my only gripe with the whole thing. And it's not a knock to Hurt. He's a good player. But when you push him in those conversations, you can't just downplay what to expect out of those conversations. That's my issue with it.
Bro, so Young, I only want to say this. I just think your argument would be more sound if it was Brian Johnson. I'm not even gonna lie, because whoever this dude is right now, Brian Johnson looks better than him.
Night and day. It's been like,
and that's a problem to me. That's my whole
bad problem.
I'm saying that. But this was the conversation with him with Brian Johnson. Like that's my issue. Is like
it was, but the thing is, I don't know. This wasn't a conversation about is AJ Brown even running what he's supposed to be running.
Exactly.
People are questioning routes. People are legit people that young that you get on saying that they don't even know they are actually able to understand that. What are you even calling up right now? Because this man AJ Brown looks like he's not supposed to be there, right? Devontae Smith, look, so that's my point. That's all I'm saying. Honestly, I can wholeheartedly agree with your standpoint. If this was a different court, like it's not even about the situation being perfect. I'm not even gonna lie. The situation's still perfect around him, meaning talent-wise. But I'm not gonna lie. If you had a mid offensive coordinator, then I'd hear you.
That's not true though. He had a mid offensive coordinator last year, and he was not amazing.
I mean, that's not. I don't agree with that.
Wait, hold on, time out. He was. You can say he wasn't amazing, but there were, bro.
Was he a top 5 quarterback last year?
No, but Young.
Okay,
that has. But hold on, that has something to do with what me and JJ talking about, bro. These first 2 games, this is the first time niggas said, "Yo, is AJ Brown the same? Is he like niggas don't know what's going?" Like at least for Brian Johnson.
So wait. So if they lose the last 6, 7, what was it? 6, 7 games that they lost straight in that 2023 season, if they do that again, is it just the play calling was just bad and it's okay? It's not Jalen Hurts' fault again.
The other thing too, when he was losing them games, there were some games they were losing because Hurts was playing like ass. That is the thing too. That happened.
Okay.
All I'm saying is like I get what Young is saying, but even like with the Brian Johnson situation versus, I feel like it was more of Jalen, you got to go rock out, even though the play calling is bad. This play calling that we're seeing from these first 2 games with the Eagles, this is like I'm not gonna lie, this shit look like niggas playing 1980s football. Like I don't know what the fuck they're doing on the football field. I actually don't know what they're doing on the football field. And the fact that they're 2-0 after this shit, salute. This is Lizzie Rod. They're one of my Super Bowl picks because once they get their pass game going, we're going to be looking back like it's regular Eagles. But the fact that,
what do you mean get their pass game going? Because like Kellen Moore, we can all agree.
You know exactly what I mean.
Kellen Moore, but we all agree Kellen Moore is not amazing.
So instead of 100 yards, 150, right? 160, 170.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, because let's be real. Nigga, Saquon ran for 2K. Let's get that. He ran for 2K last year. So we all know he was the main catalyst. But bro, let's not act like Smitty especially AJ Brown, because AJ Brown I think had like 1,100 and he was injured. AJ Brown was getting the rock. There should not be a game. Unless AJ Brown is getting super duper strapped. Because I watched me and JJ watched the film. Me and JJ watched the film back with the Cowboys Eagles game. There is no way AJ Brown shouldn't get the ball at the end of the 4th quarter. That's not possible. It's not possible. There has to be some type of you have to get the ball.
Once again, we're not in the league. We're not in the league, so we're not going to sit here and act like we can still be better than whoever that dude is, right? My point is, I'm not even gonna lie though. I'm just gonna be nasty, and y'all can say whatever I want. Young, I promise you, if I threw you out there, you would never in your life, in your freaking life, tell me that you're not gonna get AJ Brown the football in the fourth quarter. You just aren't. You're gonna.
I agree.
You're gonna do something.
That's coaching malpractice. I agree.
You never in your life are gonna sit here and tell me that you're gonna put AJ Brown on a route concept where somehow it literally negates what Devontae Smith is doing at the same time. You're never in your life gonna tell me you're doing that, and that is what that man is doing. I think literally we might be in the midst, and this is why I said this is premature. This is 2 weeks, but we might be in the midst of seeing the worst coach in NFL history in front of our eyes. And I watched Jimmy Lake call defense last year. I watched that.
Bro, it's no excuse to Adam. It is no excuse, none, that you have all this talent around you, and AJ Brown, you're a guy who we all know who's a 1,500. He got 1,100 in like 12 games last year. He doesn't get a target or a catch to the fourth quarter.
Coaching malpractice. I'm not disagreeing with that. The coaching is egregious. I'm just saying we can't give him this pass of him being top 5, 10.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Finish your statement real quick.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, that was
finish your statement real quick. Finish your statement real quick.
Why is that a real?
That's my
only real question.
Yeah, that was egregious.
Yeah, you has
to be a reason for that.
You're just
I'm keeping him to this. If you want to put him in those conversations,
what people got him to, which
correct. That's it.
Yes,
we all up here know he's not that. But
let me read these
conversations.
So Miles, shout out Miles. He said, "I need his answer because Georgia considered the South." Who said Georgia's not the South?
That was a real question.
Who said Georgia? Who said Georgia's not considered the South? Who said that? That's not.
Let's use deductive reasoning.
Yeah, you won't get kicked real quick. You say some dumb shit.
I'm leaving about deductive reasoning. Like, who in the world would say that shit?
Yeah, like who, Miles? Who's saying that? That's a great Texan
told me.
Yo, we do not claim him. We do not claim him. We do not claim him.
That is insane.
Wait, Sonny said that.
Sonny, yeah.
Sonny a bot. He a bot for that. He's a big bot. Yeah, and that's why. That's
an opinion I do not agree with.
And this is exactly why, Chad. Houston will always be over Dallas when it comes to the best city in Texas. Niggas stupid. That's crazy. But let me read this other super chat. You're gonna say comparing Jalen to Josh Lamar is nasty. We're not saying.
I never said that, by the way. I don't know where you're getting that from.
No, y'all do be saying that.
Most Eagles fans outside of MJ have Jalen 5 to 10. Eagle Nation, the people that be in my comments, I can't get.
Y'all be having him top 3, bro.
Y'all be having him top 3, top 4 locked. I can't get that. But people like Maddie saying Jalen's not top 15 is not as well.
I mean, I don't know where he pulled me into this, but I've always thought Jalen Hurts is like right outside the top 10. It's top 12.
I ain't gonna lie, Eagle Nation, I can't get with that. Because the thousands of Eagles fans that are in my comments that be arguing with Kobe too, when I be collabing with Kobe, they all got Hurts damn near top 3. He better, I can't.
All I know, they all have him over
Eagles
Herbert.
Nation hates me with a passion. Eagles Nation, they might hate me more. They might hate me more than Young. I'm not gonna lie. Like
no.
Hey, have you seen the comments on
Young
my
is
Instagram?
Young is by far the most hated when it comes to Eagles, period. The amount of
you gotta go look at my Instagram.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But I have a genuine question, and I know it's going to sound like a victory lap, but I've been saying this for the past 2 years. When is Miami getting rid of Tua? When is it happening? When is it? Can they please pull?
Probably
what year is he on his contract?
I'm about to say right now it'd be
$70 million. They just get like.
I'm about to say it'll be $80 million cap hit. They cut him
They
this year.
need to do the Russell Wilson bot. Like I've been saying this shit for so long. When do they need to get rid of him? He's not their guy. He's not their guy.
They got rid of him before the moment they said we want to give him this contract. They should have hoped that somebody struck them with lightning, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, you know what? Never mind." That's when they should have did it before they pay him. Now they're screwed.
He got 3 years left on the contract.
Like this is like the fact like
it says the best potential out is 2027. It'll be $34 million dead cap. So 2027.
Super chat.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Appreciate you, Brian, for the $5.
That's insane.
That's
That is
But
insane.
that's insane.
I
But
like
no,
you,
like
Brian.
real shit
Brian,
though.
you're a
Young,
great
like,
guy.
well, Young, when do they get rid of him?
2027.
If they were smart,
I
if they
do
were
not
smart, they would
understand.
get rid of him.
I
after
do
the-
not understand why did they sign him for that much money. I do not understand that.
If they
Bro,
were
you
smart,
know, I
they would
understand
get
it,
rid
and
of
I
him.
told teams they stop doing that shit. Y'all want to pay these mid-ass quarterbacks $40 million because, like, hey, he does enough, but I ain't trying to struggle and go find the guy who could really be worth that type of money. Same thing like Jared Goff. Even the Lions had a better excuse because their team was well-rounded.
But I'm not even gonna do the Jared Goff shit because we know
Exactly.
We literally know that the Lions are gonna win. They're gonna win football games. They have a potential Super Bowl chance to win. Tua can't even play in the cold.
Yeah,
he literally can't even play in the cold. They have like a negative record when it's 70 degrees and below.
Oh, Miles got to play.
It's bad. Like he can't even play in the cold. And
What we have to realize, bro, is there are some owners in this league that they just care about selling tickets and jerseys. That's what it is. When Tua they first got Reek and they had the high explosive offense, they were selling out Hard Rock. Everybody wanted to come see it. We all knew this isn't going to last forever. But hey, if it puts tickets, it's no different than the Browns drafting Shedeur. The owner's like, look, he's going to, when they took Shedeur Sanders, he's going to the Browns.
They took who?
What's his name? Shedeur? Am I saying it wrong or right?
He said Shedeur.
Yeah, something, whatever. Like that is they
bad,
took him to get the money, bro. That's all it was a money grab. And
there's
owners like that in this league. They don't care about winning. They care about your money.
That's the thing is that Miami's problems. I know we look at Tua and it's like, yeah, this guy's really bad and they're paying him a lot of money. Miami's problems go so much deeper than just their quarterback. This is an NFL team fighting an active lawsuit against Brian Flores still. That's what's going on.
Yeah, bro.
And
Florida, not letting up.
They just made it to trial. They just got to trial.
And that's the other thing is that this GM that they've had him since 2016, and the reason why they might not be firing him yet is for the same reason why they fired Brian Flores. He could be adding to that lawsuit, all right? Their problems go so it's a rabbit hole. It's a whole different problem what's going on down there. But yeah, no, for Tua, they ugh.
I literally I had to speak on that real quick.
If they were smart, if they were a smart ran franchise,
which they're not,
they would get the number 1 pick or a top 3 pick this draft. They would trade him or cut him and draft a quarterback, or they just try to flip and get asked. I'm blowing this team up. I'm blowing this team up.
And this is why I say, bro, like literally, even though you had to give up 2 first-round draft picks and more to get him, the fact that people who were in like a bad QB place didn't try their whole ass out to try to get Lamar when you had the chance to get him.
That shit was always fake woke.
That shit was the biggest fake woke agenda I've seen NFL teams do all my life. I'm sorry. I'm giving you 2 first-round picks and whatever you want for Lamar. Sorry. Whatever.
They are, bro. That's where I'm like, sometimes the NFL, they be working together. Like, they were like, we just gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed deal. And Lamar was like, I want a fully guaranteed deal. And when one person gets it, he should have gotten it. They were like, we're not doing it. We all are coming together. We're not giving this man it. Because if he would have gotten it, every single quarterback from that moment would have fully guaranteed.
Tua would have a fully guaranteed contract right now.
Everybody would. No matter what we think about it, that's just the precedent that would have been set. So they were like, everybody, nobody, we're not going to bid for him. We're not going to do nothing. We're going to act like the only market he has is Baltimore.
So let me read these last 2 super chats, and then we can keep going a little bit more before we do these predictions and head out. Andrew Comey says, so we're not going to talk about the tush push? Hold on, we're going to get to that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to read this from Miles. He said, she's appreciate you to 10. He said, people I know, Georgia's South, I was just told differently. W pod, W panel, except for Davey and NPC.
See, hey, Miles, some people you can't have conversations with when they make those kind of statements.
That's crazy.
Don't even have it.
But what's the thing to talk about? I mean, I will say, I think this is the game.
It's getting banned, bro.
This is the game that's gonna get it banned because realistically, like, even though the tush push, it's always been effective, and we already know when it's. This was literally the game that they won specifically off the tush push,
and the NFL doesn't want that.
Like they was literally.
It was cool when y'all
Like it'll be different. It's cool
and it
with
was like, okay, y'all are good at it.
It's like I said, it's
The
cool when
referees don't want that either.
you throw a 60-yard bomb, you get stopped at the 2.
That's cool.
Tush push. Cool.
But when you can't do anything on offense, and you just get 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and that's what we're using.
Tush push. Yeah, bro.
On a primetime game,
and then they talking about the false starts and whatever too. The guards moving early.
Yeah, like it doesn't like. I think this was the game that's going to be banned because literally they couldn't move the ball. You get right in the 3rd and 2, 4th. Tush push.
And another big issue is like they are jumping off sides, and they weren't when they first were doing it. I ain't lie. Yeah.
The guards are moving. It's a false start. It's a false start.
Yeah, and it looks bad. And again, I like those physical football plays. I don't think the previous iteration should have been banned, but the way
this iteration
Saturday or Sunday, I mean, it's gonna get banned.
I mean, I'm cool with because realistically, it's a rugby. I guess I'm cool.
It
with
is rugby. It's rugby.
I guess I'm cool with a rugby play, but it's like, I guess I can hear what people say it's weak, but then I can hear the other side like, yo, y'all literally can't move the ball, and this is what you're gonna do. Like there is like little stuff to do where you can stop it, but realistically, it's like a 98 conversion rate on the touch. It's a 90, damn near 99 conversion percent with the touch.
Now, people forget when the field goal, the PAT used to be from the 2-yard line. When it was a 98 conversion, people were like, let's move the PAT back because it's just free points. It's no different. When it's free, they're going
I forgot. I'm not gonna lie.
They're going to change the rule.
I'm not gonna front. I totally forgot the PAT used to be hella close.
Right there. And it was right in the middle.
Right there. And
everybody was making them. You rarely saw a missed PAT. So they were like, you know what? We need this to be a little bit more difficult. We're moving it back. What, they kick it from like 30 now? Like crazy because you get more variant. No different than they changed the kickoff rule. Nobody's bringing the kickoffs out. Let's change it so that it brings the kickoffs out. Now you got another, again, I don't really care for the play. You have a play that with them, 98% conversion. It was fine when y'all was airing it out. It was fine when y'all was making Saquon look good, all that. But when y'all have 100 yards passing and can't run the ball, and that's what won you the game, they're going to ban it. And I think this was the game. Nothing before it is this is the game they're going to be like, yeah, you know what? We need to have a reevaluation of it after the season.
Yeah, and then moving on. Because, okay, even though he's still playing and it's still kind of early, obviously it's definitely still early because we got to talk about both of these teams. But at what point does T-Law not get the bust label?
He's a bust. From where he was drafted and the way he's supposed to be.
At what point is it not just like, I'm not going to lie, even though you can still turn it around, as of right now, you are a bust. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, as of right now, he would be.
Even though BTJ definitely was trolling. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He was
understatement.
Brown was too.
He was definitely trolling, but T-Law was playing like some shit too. And again, this is for majority of T-Law career, it's been more bad than good. So it's like, bro, at one point, are you just not a bust? Like you just like, are you a bust?
As of right now, he's a bust.
Kobe, what's your thoughts about this? Like T-Law, you think he's a bust right now?
Sunshine been bad since he got here, bro. They tried to save him. He's unsavable. He's unsavable. BTJ can't save him. Travis can't save him.
BTJ ain't helping them.
You can't save him, though, bro. You can't save him. He's unsavable. Get him out of here.
I don't know.
I don't like to waste my time on Sundays watching Sunshine play football. It doesn't make for a good day for me. And you know what? You know what really makes me mad about it is that there are often times when he beats my Cowboys and it hurts to my core because I know how bad he is.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine is unsavable though, bro.
Hey, somebody who's
this would be my only pushback to it. We see a guy like Baker Mayfield who people thought was unsavable.
Yeah.
And you put him in a situation. Now, granted, I think this is a situation T-Law should be thriving. Sometimes I've just come to this fact. Sometimes quarterbacks just don't work out in certain situations and they need to change the scenery. Sometimes it works, not all the time. Baker, he might end up being an anomaly. I saw Sam Darnold get some coaching. He looks better than what he did when he first came in. I'm not gonna say he played like he's still not amazing. Like
Again, he went and played for the QB whisperer though. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
I don't know.
But like even the Sam Darnold now, yeah, he's better than what he was with New York. I don't think he's as good as what he was with Minnesota as of 2 games, but he's gotten better. So that's my only pushback with just he's done because there is talent there. It's not like he's just Mac Jones, who, by the way, he looked pretty good this past week.
Hey Trent, put that last comment up.
What did I say about Mac Jones?
Oh yeah, that's what I said. I said this is the spot, and again, I already said it. This is my last bail for him. You got the coach. They got you Trav. Now, I don't think they're utilizing him correctly. But that's another conversation. But you have Trav, you have BTJ, who isn't helping you. But that's not stopping you from the mistakes that you're still making, even with all this coaching. So that's my only issue with it. Baker didn't have this coaching, and then he got it. Now he looks like Baker. T-Law has the coaching now, and it's still not bad. Now it's 2 weeks.
Baker's so cold, bro.
Because I'm not gonna lie. So I think you can. I think you can unravel from being a bust. Because like I think that Jared Goff was definitely like to me after 2018. Well, yeah, after 2018 was definitely in bust territory because the year before. I mean, the year after he didn't play well, and then in 2020 he definitely didn't play well, and then. To be honest, I think he still is a bust, but he's still a really good football player. I can't say that. Like I can't say that. I think. Do you think Jared Goff? If you take away the great situation that he has, I think he reached his ceiling. But do you think if you take because he's in an amazing situation, do you think as a number one pick, this is at least how I look at it, the number one pick shouldn't have to have an amazing. It's no different than Jalen Hurts. Yeah, but I'm saying to have an amazing. This one thing though, even though I probably won't think that young. With the career that he's had now in the resurgence, he's not a bust. To me, he's not. What would be the difference between him and Jadeveon Clowney? Huh? Clowney had some good years. Yeah, he had some good years. Jared Goff has some good years. Yeah, it's not like Jared Goff was drafted in 2016. He's been in the year. He's been in the league 10 years. Okay, so hold on. We can hold on. Last year, amazing year. The year before that, amazing.
Is it disingenuous to say that Jadeveon Clowney got drafted because of a big hit? Like, no, I don't know, man.
He was a hype.
That's my thing. I was about to say, like, that's not Jadeveon Clowney's fault. That's our fault.
Because look, so 2017, 2018, he cooked, and then what's his name? 2022, 2023, 2024, and then you about to have
this is just straight like, but we know as
I'm saying it has to be consecutive. Like to me, I think Jadeveon when he first came in. He was cool, and then later down the line, he just became underwhelming. Like it was just nothing like crazy years that he had. Jared Goff, like now, I don't even rock with Jared Goff.
What is crazy? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, has Jared Goff had crazy years?
Okay, Jared Goff has had to me, he's had pretty damn good seasons that matches his ceiling and what he brought when he first got drafted at the Cal. To me.
So you're saying matching the ceiling?
Yeah, I think if you match your ceiling,
if that's what you're using as bust,
I think to me, if you match your ceiling coming out of the draft, you're not a bust. Like for example,
I agree with
like with Baker. To me, obviously before he went to the Bucs, I definitely viewed him as a bust. So I thought he was supposed to be way better than the way he was, and I damn sure wasn't a high man when he was on the Browns. Now, if he keeps this going, like this on his third year, having a great year with the Bucs, if he keeps this going, to me, he's not going to be a bust anymore.
I agree with that. If that's like the way you're viewing it, I look at it more like if you're a number one pick, there is a you are supposed to be the best player in the class, hands down. Like,
I feel what you're saying.
I'm not saying it to that point.
I mean, he's not even
to the point of almost like specifically quarterback. I don't have to put everything perfect around you for you to produce great and be great.
Word.
That's why I'm saying, like, even with Baker, I don't even think everything is great around him. Like, I think he has a great offense. The defense isn't overwhelming. And to be honest with you, it's what Mike Evans, who's older guy, and he was getting strapped by Stingley, and a rookie, and Bucky. Like, it's not like he has what Jared Goff is sitting there playing with. Perfect O-line, perfect running back, great complimented receiver and tight end. That's my issue with it. Like, I think Baker's more closer to not being a bust than Jared Goff is close to being a bust because the only situations I've seen Goff thrive have been perfect situations. Can we agree?
Yeah, but he did it though, and he can't. When we're talking about just a player career,
I don't know who wouldn't though. That's my thing.
I just think it's disingenuous because not in like a degrading way. It's just a matter of like, what do you mean? I just think it's so much that goes into being, first of all, a number one overall pick. Like on any given year, on any given year, like there's so much that can go into being a number one overall.
I agree.
Pick. In the same way that we can use people that aren't number one overall picks, and we can use like okay, by the metric that you're using, because Shador was a whatever round draft pick, him just lasting 3 years in the league would be amazing, right? Or Dak Prescott being a 5th round draft pick or a 4th round draft pick or whatever it is, like people shouldn't hate. Yeah, people shouldn't hate him, but you know what I'm saying. But like, it's just so much that goes into it that like after a certain period of time, bro, like I don't even think that part matters anymore. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't even remember that Jared Goff was the number 1 draft pick. Like
that does factor in the bust aspect. We wouldn't say it's Jared Goff,
which it does. But if you're even thinking of guys, it is to be a bust in year 10 though. Like if somebody's keeping you around this long, like, and we're not the coaches. If somebody keeps you around this long, you're not a bust. Somebody has to think that
Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown. Kwame put in 10 years. 10 years.
Kwame Brown was 10 years in the league, on the bench, on the end of people.
Okay, I'll give you like this.
They kept him though.
Time out. I'll give you like this.
He was there most of the time.
I'll give you an example, and I'll give you an example because I love this person. When Ted Ginn came out of Ohio State and was a top 10 pick, he was supposed to be one of them. Now, what made him stay in the league for 10 plus years is that not only is like, even though he wasn't that good a receiver, he was a deep threat. So like, it's the skill set valuable.
This is what I mean.
His main thing that made his bread was special teams. So
this is what, but no, and this is what I mean. And I completely understand what you're saying. My point is, if you are in the league for 10 years as a starting quarterback, there hasn't been a year that he hasn't started.
Quarterback. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about a guy that can, you were supposed to be a all-time wide receiver and you made your money in special teams. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you can start in the league for 10 years as a quarterback. Johnny Manziel is doing podcasts now, guys. Like my point being is like if you're a quarterback, they gonna get you up out of here fairly quickly if they don't like you. If they don't think you're good enough, you don't last 10 years, 2 different teams, multiple playoff runs. Like, I just don't think that those things happen and then you still be considered a bust. That's just me though. That's just me.
And I think that's like Trent's version of bust. I understand. Like y'all's version of bust, I get. I look at it not even just number 1 overall pick. I think when you're drafted in the 1st round, there's an expectation, which that's why we're having the conversation. There's an expectation of you as a player, separate from everything around you. I think we can evaluate like guys outside of their situations. We all up here know Jared Goff is a product of his situation. If you could go back and redraft it, would you take Jared Goff 1st overall? Probably not.
Probably not.
Would you depending on the draft?
Who else is in that draft class?
That's what I'm saying. If you look at the top 5 picks of that year's draft, I could argue that all of them at their apex are more valuable than Jared Goff or better than Jared Goff. They're less. Who
are the 4 that got drafted after Goff?
The guy picked right after him is Carson Wentz. Definitely at his best, he's better. It's just injuries derailed him. So that's why. If you want to say Goff's better, like that's fine because he sustained it. But you got Joey Bosa, consistent top 10 edge rusher for his career, Ezekiel Elliott, and Jalen Ramsey.
And all of those guys, when they
right after that, the 6th pick, you got Ronnie Stanley, and right after him, you got Forrest Buckner. Like
all of those guys, when we regard them as players, it's like that is top of the league type of players. That's what those teams drafted to get. You don't say that. Some people do, but I don't say Jared Goff is a top of the league quarterback. He's a good quarterback, but that's not what you're drafting in the 1st round. You're not just drafting good. And I've always said that. I'd rather you swing and miss on Anthony Richardson than just have a good, be good. And everybody's different. That's not just my opinion. That's just my opinion on it.
So, Nick, keep this going because we got to talk about.
Last question. I know he didn't carry them to a Super Bowl, but guys, he did play in a Super Bowl.
But then this is where you get to Jalen Hurts. You can't slander Jalen Hurts anymore.
I'm just saying. But I'm just saying.
That Rams team was almost.
But I wouldn't. But
They
the
weren't as
thing
good, but
is,
they were
I'm
almost
not
just.
talking about. Hold on. Let me finish my point. My point in that is, can you be a bust quarterback and play it? Thank you, Kieran. Bust is the wrong word for disappointment. There's a better.
Okay, hold on.
Wait,
I gotta stop. I gotta stop.
There's a better word for this.
No, I have to stop. No, I have to stop. If you are a top draft pick in the NFL and you are a disappointment, you are a bust. That doesn't like. There's no different, bro. You're a bust. I'm sorry, you're a bust.
So he's in the same conversation as Johnny Manziel. Like,
yeah, look, and this
there's tiers.
There's tiers.
Me personally,
one of them is bust, one of them is disappointment, guys. They're not the same.
To me, if you're a top draft pick and I think there's a difference. Yes, Johnny Manziel. Yes, are you one of the top draft busts? Yeah, fine. But who the fuck has been a draft bust recently?
Recently?
Trey
That's
Lance.
like this. Huh?
Oof.
Trey Lance.
Yeah. He still put in work in the league, though.
He didn't even get his chance.
He is.
He's still a bust. Still a bust. Like,
okay, whatever.
Like, I just feel like you're just, you want to talk about the top Trent Richardson.
That's another guy that's a product of his environment.
You got the Trent Richardsons, the Johnny Manziels, the Ryan Leaves, and then you want to say to me, Jadeveon Clowney, you're down here. You're not at the top. You're still a bust, though, to me.
Jadeveon Clowney's still in the league.
Bro, you're just a disappointment.
If you're a disappointment, you're a bust.
No, that's not how that works, bro.
I promise. Look, here, this is why there's 3 levels. You are either for your where you're drafted. You're either you overproduce your slot or you perform to where you're at. Dak Prescott overproduce. Brock Purdy overproduce. Who other? Right. Kirk Cousins.
Oh, I have a perfect example. Hold on. I have no. Okay. Never mind. I lied.
But then you have guys who perform.
He was a 2-time Pro Bowler, but to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like if Melvin Gordon, to me,
where he went top 10, right?
You said what?
That nigga a bust. Oh no, he a bust, Trent. He a bust, Trent. He a bust.
I think Melvin Gordon's a bust.
Especially Melvin Gordon coming out of Wisconsin, Trent. Nigga, he a bust.
I don't think Melvin Gordon's a bust.
I'm not gonna lie, he was really. I think when it comes to with the injuries and after that one good year he had and got that big ass contract, he should have got it. He's a disappointment. Like he's the definition of a disappointment.
But what's disappointing?
This is why people
say that we should, like, I don't get.
This is where people get nasty and they tell us that we should start taking mics away and make mics more expensive. And it's not at y'all. The point is we say things that don't make sense in terms of like a certain word, bro. Like have some of these guys been disappointing? Sure. But you can't call them a bust when you have real busts. Like you really have Johnny Manziel. You really have Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel is a person in real life.
So let me ask you this, right? This is a perfect example. Marcus Mariota. He's a bust.
He still got jobs.
He's a bust.
Can I be honest with you though?
Marcus Mariota became a bust.
Can I be honest with you? He is
a bust not because of his early years. It's literally the culmination of his career made him a bust. Not just because of 2 years.
Yeah, I'm saying though, yeah, because after that 1 year,
I feel like though, some of these things also have to be put on us. Like,
no, we don't do that.
That's nasty.
Is it really? It's not. I'm not gonna lie. That's not really a nasty thing.
Bro.
I don't know. Time out. It's
Marcus
not.
Mariota was good, but golly, was he?
No,
if you're a number 2 overall pick, you should be going. You should be a starter in this league.
Yes, Jameson Winston is a bust, 1,000%. Yeah. He's a flat out bust. No question asked. He is a bust.
He's nothing wrong with it. Again, there's nothing wrong with being a bust when your expectations are fringe Hall of Fame, Pro Bowl consistent. There's nothing wrong with that because you're just coming short of those expectations.
There's level to it.
When you're that high expectations and you fall in,
but how many guys actually make those expectations?
Not a lot.
Jameis Winston isn't a bust.
No, I'm gonna be honest, Kobe. As far as
doing,
It's not a lot, but I'm not blaming the players for that.
Too early to
it's
say
not
that
their
Jameson Williams
fault.
would be a bust.
I think that's
It's not
my
their
point.
fault. I think we can agree with that.
I think that's
A
my
lot
point,
has
is
to
that
go
there
right
is-
for those.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of shit
right
going
for
to.
For
you to
the
be a Hall
early
of
round
Famer.
guys to maximize that draft slot, a lot has to go right. We can
Like Drake Oden the bus, and I don't see no one blaming him because of
and
that.
time out. And if Kyle Pitts don't get this shit going, real.
No, he said Kyler. He said Kyler. He said Kyler. He said Kyler.
Oh, I thought he meant say Kyle Pitts. About to be like, and even
You know, you know.
bro,
I
Trevor
think
Lawrence,
they're more. I think
as a-
Kyler's more fringe of not
as of right
trending that way.
As of right now, Trevor Lawrence. As of right now, to me,
Bro.
Trevor Lawrence is bust. Like you bust.
Dog, I went to war about Kyler Murray not being a top 10 player, and I told y'all he might not be top 20. Here's my problem. If he's a bust, if Kyler Murray's a bust, do you know how much I would have given to have been Kyler Murray? I don't like it. I just think that this. I think like Trent.
I don't
you,
even. But
you
the
have
thing
to
is, to me,
medically,
with
you
Kyler,
had to medically. Trent, you had to medically retire from playing football. How much would you have given to have been Kyler Murray? What is a bust really?
You're
What is a bust?
I didn't even say. I didn't even say college. I feel like he's like in the,
a bust is only
he's like in the middle, and that's
based
just
off of
hard
your
to judge right now.
expectations.
But like,
No, that's a disappointment. That's a disappointment. A bust is out of the league.
I don't think. Well, I don't want to.
I mean, that's a
the thing is,
disappointment.
I think Kyler like he hit the where he was supposed to be at one point. He did. The thing is, I think what the Kyler thing, while he might lean toward like
It's because of recently.
It's because of recent and plus injuries.
Yeah.
Like injuries play a factor in Kyler Murray's career too. And in the chat, y'all talking about Jameis Winston not being a bust when literally he was one of the most touted prospects coming out of college, and he didn't.
Talented QBs right now,
and he didn't hit at shit. It's crazy. He didn't hit at all.
He was a bust.
His best season is throwing 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
Don't leave out the 5K now, bro.
Okay, 5K, 30 touchdowns. That's not good.
But like, I think a lot of it is expectations.
Yeah. With 30 picks, it's not good.
Huh? Why you keep bringing up 30 interceptions like that's the
because
that is a major point.
That's a major point. What are you talking about? He didn't just throw 5 TDs,
bro. Some of those are arm punts, bro. Some of those are arm punts, bro. What's wrong with going 30 for 30? We watch ESPN 30 for 30s all the time.
Anyways,
hey, put Just Listen comment up there. He said, "So is Anthony Richardson a bust?"
Yes.
Skippy. You damn Skippy.
Y'all
The
are
nigga.
horrible.
No, but look, Kobe.
Skippy.
Kobe, let's be honest.
How is he not a bust?
Jalen Ramsey.
It's not that. This is my.
It's not his fault, though. It's not his fault.
Thank you.
That does not mean that does not change the fact of
who he is.
that doesn't change
Anthony
reality.
Richardson is who he is because of Cam Newton, because of Josh Allen. He shouldn't have been here. He should not have been
Here's the
here.
thing, though.
That's
Kobe,
not
is
though.
not
He
the
is.
reality. Kobe.
That's not. But just because, guys,
He did that.
don't believe everything you read on the internet, man.
No, but here's my thing. He did though. Like that. Like even though he got drafted due to the reasons of you dig what I'm saying, of the crazy talented prospects. Yeah, and I love Leonard Fournette to death. I love him.
He went number 4 overall.
He's a bust. He's literally a bust.
That like,
But
that's why like
I can understand. I can understand Leonard Fournette.
Kobe. It's not their fault. But the draft slots and where they're drafted, which is not their fault either, that sets a lot lot of expectations. That's just the reality of it. No matter how good, no matter how raw,
I understand, guys. I understand what we're saying. I just think it is so disingenuous to put Anthony Richardson and Leonard Fournette in the same conversation. I do. One of them could have been or should have been one of the top 15 to 20 running backs we've ever seen. The other one, Anthony Richardson, is like, I don't even know that he was ever supposed to be that guy. Like,
Kobe. Here's the thing. All right. If you get hired to be the head coach of an NFL team and you have no business being there and you suck, it don't matter if you were supposed to be there or not. The point is you were a failure. All right, that's all.
No. I think it's different, and the reason I think it's different is because with my own eyes, I can see that Anthony Richardson was never supposed to be who he is. With my own eyes, I can see that Leonard Fournette the way that he played when he was at LSU, there was a real reason. There was a real reason that we thought so highly of Leonard Fournette. There was not a real reason to think that highly of Anthony Richardson.
Phillip Rivers. He's about to be in he's a borderline Hall of Famer. Stop bringing up stop.
That's ridiculous.
What does that have to do with Phillip Rivers at all?
My point being though, to what you just said, Maddie, coach is different because I can't visibly see why a coach should have a job. I can visibly see it. My point is though, it's not the same as like watching a guy. It's not the same as watching a guy perform.
I just think watching a guy perform. I get what you're saying. I just think it's just a lower tier. Like to me, I do think there's tiers. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I think there's tiers.
Of course. Like, I think there's different words for it.
I don't because Anthony Richardson got drafted off for strictly potential and tools. That's the thing he got drafted.
He got drafted because he has an archetype that they want.
But at the end of the day, he got drafted where is that? Leonard Fournette, he had that. I think he had 1 or 1,000-yard seasons, and bro, the injury just kept piling up to me, and he just became an eye player versus to what he was supposed to cut. He was SEC Adrian Peterson. The shit that he was doing at LSU in 2015 with nobody around him, that shit literally looks like NFL Street. So
he was supposed to come in and be
the expectation of what happened with him, bro. I'm sorry, you're a bust. Like to me, you're a bust.
This is but this is the point. This is the point. The point is that I agree with you about Leonard Fournette.
I just don't agree with the disappointment. Where I think if you're a disappointment coming into the league mind you, we're not talking about second. We're not talking about like third rounders, fourth. We're talking about the first round where this is the first pick you make. As soon as they get drafted, you on a jet flying to go get your all time. Like you're the moneymaker. If you're a disappointment, you're a bust. And I don't know, Chad.
So do we not agree that there are different levels of prospects? Like, and do we not agree this is my point. This is my point.
I literally said he's not a bust anymore. What are you talking about?
But see, like that's being disingenuous. That's the problem I have. He said Jared Goff took 2 teams. We can all understand. Jared Goff was not the engine of that team. We all agree with that.
But
I gotta ask a question. Wait, why isn't Deshaun Watson a bust to you then, Trent?
He is.
Why wouldn't he be?
He is. He literally is.
Why is he a bust?
So because Deshaun Watson was top 5 for a year. And usually I damn near give people grace for that. I'm not gonna lie. He was good, and then he had the super duper elite year in 2020.
But injuries. That's
and
fine.
One injury. Well, no, 2 injuries actually because of one.
Exactly.
He just completely failed.
One injury brought the downfall, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For 4 years of playing NFL football.
I mean, okay.
He was really good.
He just ended up being a disappointment, though.
What Deshaun? Okay, let me retract. I'm definitely retract because by that same logic, Andrew Luck, I think means he retired. But no,
that's the point, though. Even if you retired.
No. Huh?
Andrew Luck, when he was playing, was living to his status.
Yeah, Andrew Luck was
living. Andrew Luck is like.
And my fault. I'll retract that. Deshaun Watson is not a bust. So I'm not gonna lie. From 2017 to 2020, he was damn good. So and then you had that's fine.
He was in top 5 quarterback conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm tripping because he literally wasn't.
That doesn't make him a bust. That doesn't mean his career was ended short.
I retract wholeheartedly.
If you were to end his career after 4 seasons,
I would say it's disappointing.
Deshaun Watson sat out an entire season. He came back for 5 games, was mediocre. He came back the following season, was mediocre. He got hurt. Now, as of right now, he's trending. If you don't want to call him a bust, I'm not really mad at it because he has more. Good
at least you.
But if he plays next season and he's garbage, and then next season he's out the league, he would be a bust. Because another thing we're not factoring in, Deshaun Watson was a first-round pick and then got paid $230 million.
I wouldn't call him a bust. I would just say his career ended disappointingly, and that he didn't. He
to me, that's just semantic. I think a lot of this semantics.
I don't think
being a bust has more nuance than just saying after 4 years of playing football. After 4 years of playing football, once you get hurt,
yeah, that's why I said
you don't become a bust because of that.
That's why I said he's not a bust. That's why I said.
Kicks. I don't even think Trayvon Walker's a bust. If anything,
Trayvon Walker is Trayvon Walker.
Walker's good at football.
Really well.
Trayvon Walker is damn good.
Damn good at football.
He's in 2022.
He's one of the best run stoppers in the league.
People just had a huge ass question mark on what the fuck they were doing.
He's playing really well right now.
He's a double-digit
We
sacks.
got a good question here.
With elite run defense. I mean, I'm like,
No, Joe Burrow wouldn't be a buzz. Joe Burrow been in top 5 conversation.
hell no, he wouldn't be.
It would be the same. Why would they?
Wait, why not though? But I'm talking because I mean, because Young was about to say. Well, actually, Young.
No, I said he is the same thing as Andrew Luck. He would be ending his career as an elite player in the league. That's not a bust.
That's not a buzz. That's not a buzz.
What would make it a buzz?
That's not
and
a buzz.
for what we could say, Joe Burrow's second year to now, he's been an elite quarterback. We all agree with that. If you would say, you know what, I'm tired of being hurt.
How Burrow's a bust? What? How?
No. To the point. That's what I'm saying though. To their point. By the way that Young even explained it after him having 4 years of whatever, blah blah blah.
Oh, I don't.
I was an elite player. So what? So be it. Well, no, as an elite player is not the warranted of you not being able to play however many seasons.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know.
For 49 touchdowns, 43 touchdowns, and under 10 picks, and almost through 5K. Zip it.
Well, the bust moniker is a negative connotation, Michael. It's just you can understand if you can go and add context to it, you can realize that sometimes it's not always negative. But being called a bust is definitely a negative connotation.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean that's what I was saying earlier.
It doesn't mean everyone always is negative, but for the most part, it is negative.
But we have to also understand most of these guys in the first round are going to be bust, and it's not their fault. That's just how it plays out. More guys do not live up to that billing for whatever the reason is. And it's a lot of reason. It can be expectation. It can just be talent. Sometimes people just get overdrafted. But that doesn't take away when you have that draft pick, and even when you get paid. When you get paid a certain amount of money, there's an expectation. There's an expectation too that is expected of you. And if you don't live up to it, you didn't fulfill your obligations of the draft pick. That's just what it is. And there's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, real talk. Is Justin Fields a bust?
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yes. And JJ, there. And guess what?
That's what I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Here's another one.
If Caleb, I mean, every single quarterback in that class.
If Caleb keep playing like the way he do into year 3,
he's a bust. Bryce right now is a bust.
Yeah, like and that's just how I think that's just how it has to be.
We can all agree that Bryce Young is a bust.
Yeah, doesn't mean he's.
No, I need you to put one dude in the side zoom.
I do also think
I need you to put one dude in the side zoom.
I'm not saying no mind. Until proven otherwise, Bryce Young is definitely right now.
Bro, put him in the tight zoom, Trent.
Bro,
is he a bust?
I ain't gotta say nothing, nigga. What you talking about?
He's a bust.
He can't be honest. Like he can't be honest.
Yeah. What?
And
you don't go back on the set, man. What you mean? You
be honest. We literally can't be honest.
It's Tua a bust.
That's like snitching, man. Yes. Nah.
Yes.
You said yes?
Yes.
You said who?
Tua.
Yes. You know who's not a bust? Justin Herbert is not a bust.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow is not a bust. That's my point. Like
Drake May is not a bust.
Nah, JJ.
The
Deshaun Watson one, I definitely retract. To me, if you got put in any type of top 5, like if you got put in any type of elite conversation, even though your career might have ended shortly, to me, you're not a bust. So that's just how it is. Yeah. So
is Odell a bust?
It'd be different. No. It'd be different if it was like 1 year. It'd be different if it was like 1 year just for Deshaun Watson, right? Where Deshaun Watson had 1 year.
It was
multiple, yeah.
I also think it depends on the. I think like this is a pivotal point. Like if he continues to play and it's just dirt, then we're gonna.
Hold on. If he continue, even though I'm not gonna lie,
no, he will still never be a bust. What was he asked to do when he got drafted to the Houston Texans? When he got drafted to the Houston Texans, you were asked to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league when you were drafted in the first round, close to the top 12, right? After that, anything that happens when he left the Houston Texans and everything else, that does not make him a bust. That just means he fell from grace. It was a fall from grace in his career. It doesn't matter.
But again, JJ, this is like
he could play 15 years in the league. That man wasn't good after that.
I don't know.
JJ, this is where I push back.
I don't know.
We cannot ignore the man got 5 years, $230 million.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a bad contract.
It can't. That's not how it works.
It ended up being a bad contract.
JJ,
I don't make him a bust. He got drafted 5 years before that.
The Browns paid him as a top 5 quarterback, and he did not live up to the.
He got drafted 5 years before he got that contract.
That makes it more of a bad trade than it do.
He got drafted. Time out. He came off with torn ACL, got drafted 5 years before that, and y'all paid him $200 million. He didn't live up to the expectations. So what? Guess what? That's just a fall from grace. Bad contract. That's what you got to live with as an NFL owner. The Falcons are literally going through it right now with Kirk Cousins. I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is a bad draft bust or anything like that. But it is what it is.
I don't know if y'all got real deal waxing y'all ears. Who are y'all talking about who said Jared Goff is a bust? Because I said he's not a bust anymore.
But mine isn't for the reason we're talking about. I'm just
Young's reason for why he thinks Jared Goff is a bust.
It has nothing to do with contract. It's just,
I don't think he's a bust anymore.
Was Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees like a third rounder? Was Drew Brees a first rounder?
Was Drew Brees a bust before this? I don't even know. I don't think Drew Brees
was a second round pick.
Well,
the expectations are just.
And Drew Brees super for that injury.
We have to be honest, bro. When you're drafted in the first round, the expectations of you, all of them, you are supposed to come in and change the franchise. That's just the expectations of it.
Yeah, Drew Brees is like.
Did Deshaun Watson not do that?
He did.
Correct. But JJ, it doesn't end after 4 years. You're trying to end it like he doesn't play anymore.
After you did what you were supposed to do.
But JJ, if that's the case, then you can't. If you do what you're supposed to do, you also, if you fail the first time, you can't earn your way back. It doesn't work both ways.
What do you mean?
Jared Goff, there's no way he could ever climb out because what he was drafted to do, he did not do. That's not how that
works. It's not.
Did Jared Goff do what he was supposed to do with the Rams?
There's a double standard.
No, JJ, hold on. I have a question.
I'm sorry.
Did he do what he was supposed to do at the Rams?
You said what?
Did Jared Goff do what he was supposed to do at the Rams?
For the first few years, yeah.
Yeah, for the first few years, he did. He
went to a Super Bowl.
I'm sorry, it's a double standard. There's no.
He went to a Super Bowl.
You cannot make that linear. It is a double standard in that regard. You can, if you start out bad, you can climb your way out and prove that to people that you aren't a bust and that you ended up being worth that first round pick or whatever.
It is
I don't know.
And the opposite is you can start out good, but you can never be called a bust after 4 years. It'd be different if it was 1 year, it'd be different if it was 2 years, and then he fell off. I can hear you, right? So, that's why Marcus Mariota is considered a bust. So Jadeveon Clowney is considered a bust. But
that's what I'm saying to my reasoning, though.
But Young, definitely after the Jeff Fisher debacle, whatever, he definitely fulfilled. Like he definitely did what he was. See, Jared Goff. Young. I get it. McVay, Cup.
No. I'm saying he went from atrocious. He went from atrocious to serviceable. But
here's the thing, though. But this is what I'm saying. Devil's advocate. If he had played dog shit in that same situation, we'd be murdering him. So you can't not give him the credit when he balled with all that talent around him. Because, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that.
But Trent, if he was a second round pick, that would make a lot more sense. He's a first.
Correct. That's my point.
No.
My point is when you are drafted first over, and this is what I said at the beginning. If it takes you to have everything perfect around you to do your job the best, I have a problem with that.
But which I understand.
That's my view on it.
Here's my thing. No. I understand that when it comes to ranking quarterbacks versus another quarterback. When it comes to being we have to talk about.
Me saying whether or not he's a bust is not ranking him.
I'm not saying it as far as ranking.
What you're saying, If
I'm in the league 10 years and I go to the Super Bowl,
it's relative to how you stand amongst the league.
Quarterbacks. This is what I'm saying. I would hear what you were saying if niggas is talking about Lamar Jackson versus Jalen Hurts because that's a player ranking. We're talking about a career that happened after the Jeff Fisher debacle. Goff had 2 straight good ass years, and then it started to fall off, and that's why it started to fall off bad for me. That's why I say he was heading to bust territory because literally he was ass after them years After he went to the
what?
Super
How
Bowl.
many years, Trent?
2. It was only 2 years.
And that's a lot for my logic.
I guess maybe I'm
once
explaining it wrong.
then once 2022 hit and up, it's been a totally different ball game. And he's looking back.
You don't even look the same.
But
Like
see,
you did
Trent,
earlier.
and he hit his ceiling. But Young, he hit his ceiling.
No, for your criteria, I understand. I'm not pushing back on that. I agree with you as far as when you hit your ceiling, you maximize your ability. If that's what you want to use, I'm cool. I'm saying to me, if that was the case and Jared Goff was doing what he was supposed to do, to me, when you are drafted number 1, Maddie, you go to that whole, or not even number 1, first round. Maddie, you go through that list of the guys drafted after
just first round. Just first round. Hold on, Trent.
I got one question.
Just first round. So by that same metric, if Jackson Dart, who got picked 25th this season in the first round,
if he don't work out,
becomes a starter,
and he doesn't work out,
not a Hall of Famer, he's a
Context matters because they traded up for that nigga. Context matters. They traded up for him.
No.
That's not what I'm saying.
Context matters though.
I got a question for Young. That can end this whole
Kobe.
conversation.
If Jackson Dart being drafted first round, if
Young, I have a question for you.
5 years from now, the only way he plays well is when everything is good around him. That is a bust.
Cool. I have a genuine question for you.
Doesn't mean he's bad.
Because we have to get the game predictions, and I have to dip. So, Young, if Jalen Hurts, instead of being drafted in the 3rd round, was drafted in the 1st by that same shit that you've been saying.
Yes.
Yeah, Trent, why would it change?
Y'all losing me.
Trent, this is what I'm saying.
It's not possible. That's not possible. Y'all are losing me.
You're trying. This is the disconnect. You're trying to know, Trent. You're trying to, and I've laid out what I value. It's not about production. It's not about production.
No, Young. I get what you're saying wholeheartedly. This is the fact to me. You're just fucking losing me. I can't get with that.
How?
It's just crazy.
You just told you. Let's just think. Even though we respect Jalen Hurts, and we probably don't rank him in the top 5 from what he's done already.
What has he done?
Okay, let's get to it. At one point, Jalen Hurts was in top 2.
Jalen Hurts.
At one point, Jalen Hurts was in top 2. At one point, Jalen Hurts was in the MVP conversation.
But Trent, that's cool. But listen, do you think Jalen Hurts was, as far as top 2 MVP, do you think he was playing a top 2 quarterback? Was it what he was doing, or just him winning games with a good team?
He was playing a great season, and they were winning games.
That's not what I'm arguing. I'm not arguing that. That's not my whole basis. That's not what I'm arguing.
Bro, Young, I'm gonna ask this question again. If Jalen Hurts is a first rounder and he's having the same exact career, he's having a great.
Exactly. So his career. Time out. His career of him needing everything around him to be a really good football player, he is a bust to me as a first round pick, because that's not why you draft guys first overall. That's not why you draft guys.
Jalen Hurts got drafted.
You're not telling me you draft quarterbacks in the first round.
Yes, Matt, he agrees with this shit. He agrees with it.
Bro, if Jalen Hurts gets drafted anywhere close to Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, he's a bust.
I have a question for you. Hold on.
So
do you draft a quarterback?
Young, hold on. Young, stay on that side real quick.
Don't make me tweak out here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Thank you, bro.
Young, don't say nothing. Young, don't say nothing.
I didn't hear what he said.
Matt, what are you talking about?
What did he say?
Jalen Hurts got drafted anywhere.
He just said
if Jalen Hurts got drafted close to Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert, he would be a bust. That's like Joe Burrow was the first pick. Justin Herbert was the 5th pick. If Jalen Hurts was picked anywhere in that realm, we'd be looking at him going, damn, he should be so much better than this.
No, the fuck we wouldn't. Are you stupid? What? No, the fuck he wouldn't. What are you talking about?
Top 2 in MVP.
What are you talking about?
What are you an MVP?
No, he
also won a Super Bowl.
Offensive line.
He went to the playoffs in his first year as a starter.
What are you talking about?
See, I don't agree with what Matt's saying, because again, I don't
dumb for no reason.
You guys should know me.
Stop.
Come
on.
No, because Kobe, I'm gonna be honest. I don't value MVP combos. I don't value all of that.
Hold on. I have to meet real quick. I got to meet you real quick. If that nigga Jalen Hurts got drafted in the top 5, top 10, niggas will be talking about he's having a phenomenal career, just like he wasn't a second rounder.
What are you saying? What is this phenomenal career that you're basing it off of?
Are you stupid?
Is it?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Trent, I have a question for you.
No, this is the nastiest episode I've been a part of in a very long time, bro.
Trent, you said, Trent, I have a question.
What are you basing this elite career off of?
Trent, I have a question. No, time out. Trent, I have a question.
Let's go. No. I had to be quiet because I just got told my sister just texted me. I gotta stop yelling. So, okay, let's go with it. Y'all gonna scuffle all around. Jalen Hurts is going to be we already know this nigga's going to be one of the top rushing touchdown leaders, period. Because we all know the nigga can run. You can say that all you
want. We're just saying that they should ban the tush push.
What the fuck? Shut up. Shut up. Please shut up. He's already going to be in the top rushing touchdown leaders because he gets 10 to 15 touchdowns every season. In 2022, he was in top 2 MVP talks because he had a great year while the team was winning. Even though the 2020 year, even though we all know that wasn't that good year for Hurts, just for a career-wise, when he first started, he took them niggas to a playoff. They had a playoff berth. 2022, you go to the Super Bowl. 2023, you don't have it that much of a good year. Fine, you went to playoffs, you lose. The next year, you win a bowl and win Super Bowl MVP. So I'm going to ask this fucking question again. How in the blue hell, if Jalen Hurts was drafted in the first round, with the career I just said he will be labeled as a fucking bust. That's not fucking possible. You cannot win Super Bowl MVP and get drafted in the first fucking round and you'll be labeled as a fucking bust. How is that possible?
So why is there 10 players that are drafted in that first round that are better than him?
That's Matty. That's not.
Yo,
that's not.
No, I'm asking. Like,
it's time to log out, bro.
Can I say?
It's not my.
Are we sure that Jalen Hurts is
Dolphins Bills Thursday Night Football, guys. Who we got in that game?
That's not predictions, bro. We got predictions. Are we doing predictions now?
Yeah, Kobe. Yeah, Dolphins Bills Thursday night. I think is that in Miami?
Give me the Bills.
Yeah.
Hold up! No.
That's all Matty, bro. That's not me. I don't agree with what he said. That's not.
This is ridiculous.
That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to agree.
Is CeeDee Lamb a bust because Justin Jefferson got drafted behind him? Is he a bust?
Are we comparing Jalen Hurts to CeeDee Lamb? Are we being serious?
You're being.
That's your logic, buddy. Hey, buddy. Are you serious? Stop, man. Stop. That's your logic.
The consensus top 5
Buddy, that's your logic.
4 years. Jalen Hurts.
That's your logic. Okay?
What are you talking about?
Okay, that's your logic, buddy. You said Justin Jefferson based off of that logic. Justin Jefferson.
That's your
logic. Compared to Justin Jefferson.
Your logic.
We're not comparing Jalen Hurts to CeeDee Lamb. We're not.
No.
That's not the point.
That's not the point. Okay.
That's not the point at all.
That's not the point. The point is. You saying he got drafted in the realm of the Trevor Lawrence's, Joe Burrows of the realm, that he will be viewed as a bust because he'll be so much better. That doesn't make any sense. Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls, is one of the Super Bowl MVP.
That's not what I'm talking about, Trent. Trent, you know that's not what I'm talking about.
So you're talking about bullshit. You're talking about bullshit.
You got to explain it then. I need you to explain it one more time. Maybe I said it.
I can name 10 players drafted in the first round of that draft that are better than Jalen Hurts.
You just named the same point that he just made. No, Kobe, because I have to go. I literally have to dip real soon. That just because there are 10 players that might be better than Jalen Hurts just might have been a good ass draft. What is that?
That's why we want to leave draft classes in like the last 10 years.
Problem, Maddie. This is the problem. It's not going through your head, right? 10 players can be better than somebody. But if I'm my first round draft pick, I'm probably no. You're gonna hear this and understand. If I'm my first round draft pick and I'm on my football team and they go 10-1 with me as a starter, right? Then after that, the only year you would ever even be able to go and use against Jalen Hurts as if he was a first round draft pick would be this year right here, right? Where he came out in 2 games already and looked like a freaking fraud. I'm just gonna be honest, okay? Except for partially game 1.
I wish we had more time. More time to talk.
So my point is this, okay? You're gonna go through his whole body of work in a career, right? You can say whoever's better than him. I'll dap you up. You got it, right? But if he's a first round draft pick, he is playing up to expectations because guess where this team is at? Guess where this team is landing? Guess where this team is
Playing up
landing?
to expectations and reaching that
He
ceiling.
has a Super Bowl championship ring on his finger.
I don't give a flying fuck if you have
What?
I don't care.
Look, you don't give a flying fuck because it don't fit your fucking narrative.
It's not a narrative.
It is.
Because
it's not a narrative. We all
whatever
know
narrative you're
this.
trying to fit in that little book that you're making right now. I don't know what it is.
If I'm in year 5 and I've already been to 2 Super Bowls, I was in MVP contention, and realistically, even though we all agree that Mahomes probably still should have won MVP, Jalen Hurts was going to be the fucking MVP if he didn't get hurt. So he could have been an MVP. Where goes the 2 Super Bowls?
Wait, Trent, am I voting for that MVP?
Shut your dumb ass up, bro.
Why would I care for an award that I don't vote for?
Shut your dumb ass up.
No, I trust 2 people, me and not you, not nobody. I don't care.
Do you not understand? We're talking about the label of being a fucking draft bust. Now, this is where I side with.
That's not a bad thing. Wait, we
No,
were just saying 10 minutes ago.
No, being a draft bust is a bad thing. You're being a fucking idiot. Now, this is where I side with Kobe.
No, there's worse things you could be. Again, there's levels to it. I think Jalen Hurts would be on the lower level of draft.
Wait, Maddie, please explain to me what is worse than being a draft bust. What is worse?
What is worse than being a draft bust? Being on like the high end of draft bust, the Johnny Manziels, the Ryan Leafs.
That's a draft bust. Yeah,
this is what I mean. That's
No,
disappointment, bro.
No,
Disappointment.
No, Kobe. You know what he just explained? Other niggas being draft busts. But I can't. This conversation, this is the one of the most bottomed out conversations I've ever had in my fucking pod.
This is insane.
I'm saying the player that you would expect Jalen Hurts to be. I don't care about the.
Hold on, hey Trent. Hold on. I just peeped the draft class. Who are these 10 guys? You just saying, yeah. Because I'm looking at this. I'm like,
I'm gonna say this: Young had his
Joe
own
Burrow,
life,
Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Eric Brown, Tristan Wirfs, Justin Jefferson, Xavier McKinney, Jonathan Taylor, Antoine Winfield, Jalen Johnson.
you got your rabbit ass mind. You got your rabbit ass mind if you think Jonathan Taylor is a football player. Jalen Hurts.
I'm not gonna lie.
That is crazy. I'm not a Jalen Hurts nigga, but Jonathan Taylor over Jalen Hurts? Derek Brown? I love Derek Brown. Over Jalen Hurts?
Derek Brown, okay. Jonathan Taylor, you're losing me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Jonathan Taylor 100%.
I mean,
I'm saying again, the player that
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna do predictions, but I dead ass have to dip. So we can chat. If y'all want to do, I gotta go. I'm not gonna lie. Chat, I appreciate y'all.
Yo, Vulture, I wish I could. We never even got the Falcons talk, but it is what it is, man.
Damn, bro. Matter of fact,
we got the best defense in the league, y'all. That's all I gotta say.
DJ, say yo, because you talk your shit real quick, bro.
Yo, Javon, bro, you my dog and all, bro, but I'm not gonna lie, Javon. Y'all gotta walk down. Straight up. And then Kobe, you can talk your shit about the Cowboys real quick. Parker Romo kicked y'all to death.
You had a phenomenal game. You want to talk about it real quick?
James Pierce Jr. 8 pressers.
I'm not gonna lie. So look, chat.
Are we moving to NFC next week? Are we gonna talk about the Commanders, or are we not gonna?
Oh, we're gonna talk about them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you want to talk about.
Come back. The Lord has blessed us with what exactly we needed on our team. We have a top 2 defense in the NFL in 2 weeks. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to say this. In 2 weeks.
So look, Chad.
Devon Diablo.
I
appreciate what?
But look,
Billy Bowman.
Chad, I appreciate y'all. You dig what I'm saying? We basically did 3 hours. I'm going to get these clips as soon as possible because I'm not gonna lie. I just went through one of the most botted out conversations I've ever went through in my
same here, man.
Life.
Don't associate my take with
not Young, and that's why I said Young. You can sue because
I wasn't going that way. That's not what I meant.
I never had anything to do with
you to follow the yellow brick road, and you somehow found a way to go on the blue.
Look, Chad, I gotta look. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Since we all know the Bills probably gonna give the Dolphins belt, I have to go live on a Thursday for college football because we have to talk about college football and Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. We have to talk about them.
Nobody wants it. They don't never give me flowers when
don't they got SU this week? They got SU this week?
They might. I don't know.
Who's SU?
I don't even look, chat. Like I said, appreciate y'all. Y'all keep tapping in with us.
We had the boys up north, man.
We had 100+ people.
Trent, I'm pulling up to the college show on Thursday.
Bet, say no more. What's the name? We had 100 people in here, plus in here the whole time. Make sure y'all stay blessed up. You know what I'm saying? JJ, say your quick piece real quick before we dip out.
Hey, man, y'all keep tapping in with us. Go ahead and buy that.
Hey, Oh my God, super chat. Hold on. Eagle Nation. I would like to point out the Eagles before the touch push had a 91.7 conversion rate on QB sneaks 2017 to 2021. With a touch push 91.3 conversion, the Eagles will be just fine. All right.
They say y'all niggas ain't. They say quarterback six ain't false start every damn play.
Y'all gonna be fine.
Yeah.
What you saying?
That sounds good, but like y'all keep tapping into us, keep sharing this live, keep sharing it, man. We love talking the ball with y'all, man. You got guys like Maddie come up here and say exactly what y'all don't want to hear, man. That's my dog, Maddie, right? But y'all didn't want to hear that. Not today.
All right,
So just keep tapping in with us. Go ahead, Bogo at Trent. You know what I'm saying? Vitamin Energy. Keep tapping it in, bro. And hey, what can I say, bro? We love being with y'all, man. Stay blessed. And just even in the time and stuff as this, bro, just stay together, man. We all can come together over one thing. That's football, bro. So come on.
And since JJ here, always got to do it. Yo says
he be a Charger.